Hello. Hi. It's me, mpknife. And welcome back to part 15 of the 100-Line Last Defense Academy! Hooray! Where we left off, I don't know, shit was happening, man. We're friends with Yugamu now, I guess? We're like butt buddies with him? Sure.
Hey!
Okay. We gotta skip this. I already did this part. See, a good streamer would have just started where we left off, but, you know. They do not give you fucking time to stop in this. In these routes.
Soldiers, it's time to hit the... You never know. Well then. Ah.
Wait, is all this new? I don't know when I left off. Oh, okay, I'll just start here. Oh, Takumi. Throwing me out after exciting intercourse without any pillow talk at all? How cold is your heart?
Hey!
Stone cold. Out. Now. Okay. After chasing Yugamu out of my room, I crawled into bed and closed my eyes. I had to grab every second of sleep I could to let my tired body recover, but... You made Kyoshika cry. You monster! Their words from this morning reverberated around my mind, preventing me from slipping into a restful slumber. How did it turn out like this? It was only a kiss. I came back in time to lead everyone toward a brighter future. So why am I being so despised? What I wouldn't give to return to those happy days. Day 27. Alright. Let today's hunt begin. I trust you're ready, Takumi. Yeah, ready when you are. On day 2 of the invader hunt, we went out to explore the city again. To earn points by hunting down any invaders we can find. Found some right off the bat. Check out that swarm of invaders at 2 o'clock. I turned in the direction Yugamu mentioned and found the invaders lurking behind a ruined building like he said. I don't think they've noticed us yet. Let's get closer and catch them by surprise. Put on your pussy boots and slink behind me, Takumi. Sure? Yugamu had clearly adapted well to the rhythm of the game. He knew how to take quick and decisive action to earn points for our continued survival. I, on the other hand... My feelings had yet to catch up to the strange situation of me participating in a killing game with him as my teammate. What was I doing? Why did Yugamu propose a partnership in the first place? Was my life even worth living if I had to kick someone else down to do it? There were so many things on my mind, but... Come on, Takumi, time to sound a death knell for them. I didn't have the luxury of time to think them through. Fighting to survive was the only thing I could afford to do now. Okay.
Let's get to the killing. Does this do it for you? Time for me to move. You make a lovely corpse.
Let's do this! Ha! Ready when you are. Hiya!
Got it! I can't wait. Here it comes! Let's get to the killing. Ha! Time for me to move. I'm good to go. This may hurt. Such a beautiful death. Let's get to the killing. Experiment time. I can't wait. Ha! Ooh.
Yep, cool. Dude, Takumi, Yugama took all the hits, buddy. Did we get them all? It's too early to be celebrating. More enemies are waiting in the wings. Invaders approaching at 3 o'clock. Okay. They just keep coming. Prepare for the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between. Okay. Have you considered that, like, I'm about to boost your hemo anima, though?
Gotta push it! Here we go! Here! Oh, let's do this! That's it! Got ready when you are! Ha! I've got this! Take this! Alright, my turn! There! Ready when you are! Ha! Got it! Good to go! That's it! Alright! Ready when you are! Yeah!
Boink, 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 boink.
Let's go! Go! Ready when you are! That's it!
I'm good to go. Stinks, doesn't it?
Easy. This game's so easy. Can I fucking spend my update points anytime soon? Or no? Fighting outside is tiring. My body resists me whenever I think about how death is permanent out here. You need to relax, Takumi. At this rate, you'll kill yourself first before the enemy has a chance. I don't get it. How are you so calm? You're not even perspiring. I wouldn't be much of a professional assassin if I let every other spot of good murdering get me down, would I? Hey, what's your secret? How do I kill the enemies efficiently while conserving as much stamina as possible? The secret is your heart. That is to say, your frame of mind. You get it in your head that the act of killing is nothing special at all. Nothing more than mundane work. Mundane work? Like hitting a nail with a hammer. Like turning a screw with a screwdriver. Just dull, repetitive work to be repeated without much thought or physical strength. So basically I psych myself into believing it's nothing? Does that really work? Anything more concrete? Like a better way to move my body or something? Your body movements are virtually perfect, Takumi. There is nothing to critique. So what's left is your mentality, right? Just give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. Pretend the act of killing's the most boring job in the world. Just dull, repetitive work. Despite my misgivings, I decided to try out Yugamu's suggestion. Crept up to an invader that happened to be meandering about nearby and launched a surprise attack. Without entertaining the fear that threatened to well up from within, I quietly lifted up my sword and brought it down nonchalantly. This was just work. Something that had to be done. No need to think too much about it. I went after the next enemy as I repeated those thoughts to myself. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. Incredible performance, Takumi. It's like you've become another person. Yes, you have an aptitude for killing. I sensed it the moment I laid eyes on you. An aptitude for killing? Me? I think you need to get your eyes checked. Might sound strange coming from me, but I wasn't good at such things at all. I tended to miss the obvious, and my reflexes were average at best. I don't have an aptitude for anything. Gifts show up in many different ways. Sometimes they manifest later in life. Later in life? You'll understand one day. I wasn't happy to be left hanging like that, but I knew he would just be evasive if I tried to press the matter, so I didn't. Anyway, we should focus on the hunt for now. Now that I seem to be getting my mind under control, I wanted to get used to the hunting at one go as well. Let's go look for the next group of enemies. Feel like I could take down another 15 before calling it a day. Nah, I think we should call it a day now. We've earned enough points. I was just getting the hang of it. And that's when it gets dangerous. Everything in moderation, including assassinations. Besides, if we keep on hunting, we'll run into them sooner or later. You okay with that? Them. Just so I was wondering who Yugamu could be talking about. Over here! This'll be our starting point for the hunt today. Don't fall behind, you losers! I heard a familiar voice coming from somewhere nearby. Quietly made my way toward the voice and peered out from behind some rubble. I feel like I'm starting to use my hemo-anima better. Not even a commander could stop me now. I think. Confidence is the name of the game, sister dears. You and I both know nothing can stand in the way of our newly awakened powers and strengthened bonds. Don't start getting carried away, you two. Thinking you're invincible because you learned a thing or two's the best way to die on the battlefield. You little chicks can just stay behind my big, strong pinions for now. I ain't gonna let any of you die on my watch. I'm gonna protect y'all with my life, in the name of Takamaru Yakashiji. They're hunting here too? Takamaru, Ima, and Kako weren't the only ones. I could see Tsubasa, Nozomi, and the others in the distance as well. Why does fighting invaders outside the academy seem so much more graphic? It's like I'm really killing something alive. And all that blood. So much blood. The feel of that invader I just took down still lingers on my hands. Bleh! Tsubasa, are you okay? I can give you a back rub if it makes you feel better. I think a big one's coming. Why didn't I bring any barf bags with me? Lady Tsubasa is about to start puking like a fountain in a fancy park. Is there anything we can give her in place of a barf bag? Alas, necessity knows no decorum. Lady Tsubasa, heave into my sheath bag if you must. Are you sure, Kiyoshika? Isn't that the Holy Jumanji Sword's pajamas? The Holy Jumanji Sword is a party animal with a soft spot for the ladies. She'll understand. Now come, Lady Tsubasa. Let it all out and hold nothing back. I'll be fine. I pushed everything down with sheer willpower. The rolling stopped. Sorry, guys. I haven't been feeling well since this morning. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves. We're not supposed to mention that, Tsubasa. Looking out for one another's what teammates do. No wrestler with their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead of the match. Loyalty above self. None shall be left behind. It is the way of the warrior. Takamaru was desperately trying to protect Ima and Kako, who weren't used to fighting. Nozomi and the others refused to abandon Tsubasa even though she was holding them back. They were watching out for each other like true friends. I used to enjoy that sort of relationship with them, too. I could feel my strength rapidly leaving my body. That's right. I've been alienated. What I just saw only served to cement that fact. All those kind and comforting words would never be for me. You look like you're in a lot more pain now than when you were fighting the enemies. That confirms it. Your fatal flaw is that fragile mind of yours. I left the place quietly and made my way back to school, taking care not to be seen by the others, taking back with me nothing but an armful of distressing thoughts and feelings. I got back to my room earlier than usual, but wasn't in the mood to do anything, except lie upright on bed and stare long and hard at the ceiling.
At ease, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the... Well, then.
I suddenly realized it was already night. I knew I should be resting, but bad memories kept surfacing in my mind and pulling me back to wakefulness. Like I'm being punished just for being alive. The pain of being despised is more excruciating than anything the killing game or defensive battles could inflict upon me. In the first 100 days, it wasn't a happy ending by any means, but at least everyone was my friend. We had a barbecue. We set up festival booths. We got testy with each other sometimes, but we always made up in the end. Our bonds became unbreakable. How do I repair our friendship? How? As I was agonizing over this matter. Is that Yugamu? Maybe he wanted to discuss our strategy for tomorrow's hunt. Although I honestly wasn't in the mood to talk, it wasn't like I could simply drive away the only friend I had right now. Got up slowly and ambled to the door. When I opened it, I saw... Hiriko? Good. I was just about to kick the door down. What are you doing here? Or rather, are you sure you want to be seen here? I'm jinxed. Nothing good will come out of any association with me. Well, aren't you wallowing in self-pity today? Finally lost your mind after falling out of favor with everyone else? Including you, right? You think so? Yeah, I do. You didn't want to team up with me like all the others. I went through hell and back after you left me in the lurch. Those invaders chased after me and surrounded me. I had no way out. They almost killed me. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't turned me down. It wasn't Hiriko's fault that I'd almost been killed. I knew it in my head, but my heart refused to stop those angry words from spilling out of my mouth. Hiriko said nothing in response to my irrational accusation at first. You're right. I could have handled that better yesterday. You were already crushed by everyone's unkind words and deeds. I should have been more considerate. So here's a token of reconciliation from me to you. She took out a box she had been holding under her arm and handed it to me. Token of reconciliation? Open it. I think you'll like what you see. Took the box and gingerly lifted the cover. Inside was... What? It was the dead body of a gigantic bee. Is this some sort of sick joke? No, wait, this bee. Isn't this one of the sponsors' bees? You killed it? I did. I took advantage of the chaos after Kurara was killed to secure one. As a research sample. What sort of research? You can't be this stupid. Research that will help us kill the sponsor and put an end to this travesty of a game. I was dumbfounded by how nonchalantly Hiriko talked about killing the sponsor. Sponsor's invincible. We can't kill them the way we are right now. We can, as long as we find a way to deal with the 2 weapons they wield. 2 weapons? The bee is the first. The other is that suit they're wearing. That spacesuit thing? Yes, I believe that suit is the source of their invincible power. She was right. We attacked the fellow with all of our might, but didn't manage to even scratch the suit. The outfit clearly had some special powers attached to it. How confident are you of finding something?
Oh.
My research on the suit is already in progress, and I expect to discover its weaknesses in the very near future. Really?
Oh.
However, I'm too deeply involved in researching the suit to spare time for anything else. I've not done anything about that B or the identity of the sponsor yet. And you're bringing me on board to deal with the lack of manpower. Something like that? So, are you willing to join me in my quest to bring down the sponsor? If that were truly possible, I'd be more than happy to give her as much help as she needed. But there were some things that were bothering me. If you wanted my help, why did you turn me down yesterday when I asked to team up? Then you wouldn't have had to come over again today to do this. Where are you, brains? Try to remember what my exact words were. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Surely you understood the implication. I would be teaming up with you outside of the game instead. Sorry, I guess I couldn't see past that big bush you were beating around. You've been nothing but dismissive of me so far. When I was alienated, you didn't try to take my side. Yes, I do think I could have handled that better, but can you blame me? I was still trying to figure out if I could trust the person you are right now. The person I am right now. It sounded like there was a deeper meaning to her statement, but I decided this wasn't the time or place to pursue it. The Takumi Samino that I know is essentially a good person. He cherishes his friends, has a strong sense of justice, and possesses good leadership qualities. Someone worthy of my trust. However, you killed A2 on the night of day 2. A would-be traitor who had yet to do anything out of line. That created some doubts in me. I had to wonder if the Takumi I'm seeing right now is the Takumi I know. That is why I've been assessing you from a slight distance. To see whether you, the person you are right now, can be trusted. It was starting to make sense now. Like why she wanted to come with me to Second to Last Defense Academy when I went there. She wanted to use the opportunity to ascertain my humanity. I couldn't find a definitive answer to my question. Until that day. When the game sponsor appeared and fatally wounded Kurata. You were the first to attack that unknown enemy in order to save her, with no care about what might happen to yourself. You were like a ray of light back then, and that's when I was convinced.
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Samino, but the most disheveled and generic mug, who always puts his friends above himself.
Tears threatened to spill over despite myself. To think there was someone who still had so much faith in me, after being called the Grim Reaper by everyone else. There, I said it. Now are you willing to work with me to bring down the sponsor? I'm not taking no for an answer. I wasn't as cold-hearted as to say no to someone who had just bared so much of their heart to me. However, you know I want nothing more than to do just that. But I'm already in a team with Yugamu. What should we do about him? He's welcome to join us. His knowledge in biology will be very helpful in analyzing the body of that bee. You may not want to go against a sponsor, though. When it comes to killing someone, he tends to err on the side of discretion and deliberation. That's where your leadership abilities come into play. Leader what? You have just been appointed a leader of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. Hang on a minute, shouldn't the one who suggested the partnership in the first place be responsible for taking the lead in... You know I'm not the leader type. Barking orders is just not my kind of thing. Excuse me? You expect me to believe you after all that tyranny you displayed in the previous 100 days? I'll leave the convincing to you, leader. The Anti-Sponsor Alliance will turn this situation around. Defeating the invincible sponsor of this game. It sounded impossible, but being told we could do this by Hiroko of all people. Somehow it felt like we really could. Maybe the others would have a better opinion of me if I played a part in taking down the sponsor. Maybe we could become friends again. If fell asleep clinging to that small ray of hope that had been lighted up in my heart.
Ah.
An alliance? Sure, sign me up. Yugamu agreed to join the anti-sponsor alliance so readily I almost felt disappointed. That's it? You're not gonna think about it a little more? We're going up against someone virtually invincible, you know? It's a risky gamble that may very well end in our deaths. The same amount of risk we are facing if we continue playing this game, right? We may not end up in last place during the first round, but what about the second? What about the third, the fourth, and so on? We'd be completely worn out by then. Would we be able to drive away any commanders who chose to launch an attack during that time? Either way, our strength will slowly be sapped away. Exactly. None of the others have noticed yet, but we're standing at the crossroads of destiny right now. Either we break free of the situation, either by defeating the sponsor, or get slowly tortured to death as the game drags on. So you can imagine how grateful I am to Helico for taking the lead and revolting against the status quo. The thing is... His expression darkened. I have one major cause of concern with this alliance. What's that? Helico's current teammate, Darumi. She's made no secret of how much she loves killing games. Hard to believe she'd be sympathetic to our quest to put an end to this game. You know what I mean? I'm sure Helico will find a clever way to hide it from her or something. She said as much last night. What does Darumi think about this plan? Killing the sponsor to end the game. She may get mad because she loves her killing game so much. I'm keeping it a secret from her. She's merely my in-game partner, that's all. I was never going to let her join the anti-sponsor alliance. Incomprehensible. Why even bother teaming up with her in the first place? Sure, she has her reasons, but she won't reveal even if we pressed. Ah yes, femme fatale, thy name is Helico. Not that I approve of allies keeping secrets from each other. You speak for yourself. Point taken. We'll put Darumi on the back burner for now. So what exactly are we expected to do? Good question. Plan immediately falls apart if anyone in this alliance gets executed in the first round. Stay in a rank that safeguards you from that outcome. Understood. Safety first. Basically, focus on the hunt in the morning and anti-sponsor alliance activities in the afternoon. Your role in the alliance is... I want the anatomy and abilities of this bee to be thoroughly analyzed. This will primarily be Yugamu's job since he's so good at dissection. Good? You mean fabulous. I'm dying to get my hands on those bee remains already. By the way, what's your role? Takumi, I want you to investigate the identity of the sponsor. Focus on whether they're an invader or not. How exactly am I going to do that? Look up books in a library or something? Horses for courses and all that jazz, right? Best person to ask about invaders would be an invader herself. So Ava, then. Yeah, Helico passed me the key to the cage in the courtyard and said she'll leave the interrogation to me. You think she'll be cooperative? She's a former commander we captured and imprisoned. I doubt she'll betray her companion so easily. I know, let me tag along. I'm quite the killer torturer if I do say so myself. Schlurp. No, you stay far, far away from her. And wipe that drool off your face. It wasn't easy for me to build some semblance of a friendly relationship with Ava. And I wasn't about to let this lunatic flush that down the proverbial toilet. Acknowledged. I'll follow Helico's general directions as instructed. That means going out there to earn some invader points right now. You ready, Takumi? Yeah, ready when you are. We took out our weapons and went around attacking the invaders loitering in the ruins. I applied Yugamu's advice from yesterday about treating the killings as mundane work. Lifting up my sword quietly and bringing it down nonchalantly. It's just work, I kept repeating to myself in my head. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. No, that sponsor isn't one of us. When I asked Ava about the sponsor's identity, she flatly rejected the possibility of them being an invader. Absolutely impossible. I can stake my life on it. You must have solid proof to be so sure. The proof is in the strangeness of their abilities. If they were truly one of our ilk, they wouldn't be using blood-sucking bees to fight. What do you mean? Bees are taboo in your religion or something? Not the bee. The blood-sucking. The absorption of divine blood is strictly prohibited in our commandments. Divine blood? Meaning the cryptoglobin running in our veins? Absorbing cryptoglobin was prohibited. That reminded me of something similar I had heard during my previous 100 days. Which proved that the sponsor of this game couldn't have been an invader, since they absorbed Kurara's cryptoglobin. First of all, if the hosts were one of us, why would they organize a game to hunt down their own kind?
Huh?
Yeah, good point. Didn't make sense for an invader to urge the enemy to hunt down other invaders. However, this did complicate matters. If the sponsor was neither Special Defense Unit nor School Invader, did that mean they were an unknown third party? By the way, Takumi, if you don't mind me asking... Ava suddenly changed the subject. Remember that favor I asked for the other day? Did you bring it for me? Bring what? You know, my mask. You promised me you'd return it to me. Right, she did ask me for her mask a while back. And we forgore. The mask was really important to her. As much as I'd like to give it back to her right now. I'm sorry, Ava. I'm going to have to go back on that promise. You'll have to bear your face for a little while longer. Why? Why are you being so mean to me? She grabbed hold of the cage bars as she protested, tears welling up in her eyes. Exposing our plain faces is as embarrassing as walking around outside without clothing. Do you enjoy humiliating me so much? This is prisoner abuse! Wait, calm down. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just... the timing's not right. What do you mean the timing's not right? The mask is a symbol of your identity as commander, right? Wearing it will make everyone realize that you're also a target of the invader hunt. As a commander, Ava was most likely one of the targets of this game. Her death would likely result in a lot of points. If anyone realized that, she was bound to be murdered sooner or later.
Hey!
Can't give you back your mask in order to keep you safe, that's all. I can protect myself. I'm not known as a hero among my people for nothing. But you can't use any of your powers when you're inside this prison. You'd be like a sitting duck. But... Look, you have to just accept it. I'm not about to sit around and watch you get killed. You're not getting your mask back no matter what. Ava looked entirely unconvinced and seemed like she was about to protest again, but... This is awful. She sighed deeply in what sounded like resignation to me. Hey, cheer up. Once the game is over, you can have your mask back, okay? A maskless life isn't that bad once in a while, see? No risk of heat damage to your face. I'm very sorry. She ignored my encouragements and apologies in favor of glaring at me through half-lidded eyes.
You're so useless. Can't even fetch a simple mask for me?
I thought I'd been imagining things. Did she just whisper something really out of character for her? Ava, sorry, can you repeat that again? Did I hear you calling me useless? Do you have a problem with me speaking the truth now? I can go on, you know.
Takumi's a gibbering idiot! The enemy of all maidenkind! Downright pervert! I'll sue you for prisoner abuse one day.
Ava had done a complete about-face. What could have transformed that sweet, docile lady from just now into this sharp-tongued witch? I'm guessing these are your true colors, huh? I'm done playing nice. I know I won't be getting anything out of you. This is the pits of the pits. After all that hard work, I didn't even get to see a glimpse of my mask. Why don't you just give it back already? Shock of not being able to get her mask back made Ava burst into tears. She had been putting on an act all this time. I was astonished by that fact and annoyed by her hurtful accusations, but... What am I supposed to do now? I couldn't muster up the anger to chide her as she wept sadly. She was likely mentally strained from the stress of being held in the middle of an enemy stronghold. No wonder everyone hates me. Quietly left the courtyard so as to not agitate Ava any further. After that, I returned to my room and organized the information I'd gotten out of Ava in a notebook. And then, once night fell...
You never know. Well then.
The bedtime announcement played. By rights, we should all be turning off the lights and jumping into bed right now, but... The Alliance meeting shall now begin. We'll take turns to share our findings for the day with each other. It had been decided that the Anti-Sponsor Alliance would be holding nightly meetings in my room to exchange information, starting from tonight. You start first, Takumi. Learned anything new about the identity of the sponsor?
Huh?
Yes, according to what Ava told me, shared the results of my investigation with everyone, but how the bee could not have been a weapon of an invader. But blood-sucking was taboo to the invaders, so the sponsor couldn't have been one since they sucked Kurata's blood. In conclusion, it's quite likely the sponsor is an unknown third party, unrelated to us or the school invaders. That's all for me. We're already having enough trouble with the invaders, and now there's a third party. This is highly displeasing. Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but... Can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while? I'll work on it if I feel like it. So that's a no. Allow me to go next. After dismembering the dead bee and investigating its anatomy, I made several discoveries. First of all, the bee was modeled after a type of parasitic wasp. A horrible species that parasitizes the bodies of butterfly larvae and feeds off their innards. Basically, that bee was simply a scaled-up version of a parasitic wasp. There's just one major difference between this bee and an actual parasitic wasp. Bees and hornets usually use their stingers to inject poison into an enemy's body. This giant bee, however, uses it to suck stuff out. Like a blood-collecting device of sorts. It works more like a mosquito stinger. We all saw the bee use it to suck the blood out of Kurata. Yes, and she was drained in a few seconds. A testament to the strength of its suction. But it does bring up another question. The body of the bee has nowhere to store the blood it sucks. So where did Kurata's blood disappear to? Maybe it was warped to another place instantly. It's likely that's what's happening. Maybe it's designed to transfer all the nutrients it sucks up into the sponsor's stomach. In other words, the sponsor's using the bees to consume cryptoglobin. Just a hypothesis. If that turned out to be true, it would mean the sponsor absorbed Kurata's blood. Thought of my friend's blood being used as food sparked an intense rage within me. That's all I've got. Let's hear what Hideko has to say now. Any progress on that suit the sponsor's wearing? Yes, I'd venture to say there's been some major progress. Much more than I initially expected. I may be able to get my hands on a spare suit worn by the sponsor in the very near future. There's a spare suit? Yes, and I've almost pinpointed its location. All that's left is to refine the coordinates. Hideko previously said the sponsor's invincibility came from that suit. If we could secure something similar, wouldn't that make us invincible as well? Where's the spare? We can look for it together. No, that won't work. I'll search for it myself. Why? 3 sets of eyes are faster than 1, right? Because I'm the only one who can find that place. Something terrible beyond all imagination may happen if someone other than me discovered it. So don't even try, understand? Her assertive tone made it clear that there would be no further discussion on the matter. Something that could cause the usually placid Hideko to get so worked up had to be extraordinary. Okay, I'll respect your wishes even if I don't understand them. It's for the best. Moving on, what's the plan for tomorrow and beyond? I need you two to continue your research. We're having a dire lack of good information right now. Don't forget to keep earning points in the game as well. Stay in 6th place or higher. Also avoid situations that may end up with you dying to mere minions. As usual, we're going with safety first. If you accidentally die, I'll bring you back to life and kill you myself, Takumi.
Yeah.
Why only me? Because if anyone will screw up, it's you. I'll be fine. Yugama's with me, and I'm not that bad of a fighter myself. You should be watching out for yourself. You were the first to die last time. Please, are you talking to me? I'm much stronger than the Hiroko you knew. Darami and I can take out a commander or two by ourselves. Darami, huh? Yugama's expression darkened at that. Hiroko, I just don't get it. Why would you team up with Darami of all people? I'll be brutally honest. The fact that you're a team doesn't sit right with me. She loves her killing games. I can't imagine she won't at least try to sabotage our work if she ever finds out about it. Rest assured that she'll never find out. She's just my in-game partner. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm talking about the what-ifs right now. You can't guarantee that it won't happen. You really ought to dissolve your partnership with her. No, I'm not letting her out of my sight. She has an important role to play as well. Which is? I can't tell you. Why not? Shouldn't allies share as much information with each other as possible? Yugamo continued to question Hiroko about her reason for teaming up with Darami, but she kept quiet throughout. The alliance meeting ended on a slightly sour note because of that. Day 29. It had been 4 days since the game started, and I had gotten used to fighting outside the academy. I would wander around town quietly in search of invaders and strike them down using as little energy as possible. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just take their lives. No. Detach yourself. It's just work. Nice. Seems like I'm in pretty good form today. I doubted I would end up in last place in the first round if I kept this up. But ensuring my survival alone wasn't enough to put me at ease. The ultimate goal of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance was to put an end to this game by killing the sponsor. But what was the sponsor hoping to achieve by making us do this? I couldn't get that one thought out of my mind as I cut down one invader after another. In a way, the sponsor and Sea Ray were similar. Both were trying to make us fight against invaders. Except, Sea Ray never ordered us to fight outside the academy. He always insisted we fought on the academy grounds. On the other hand, the rules laid down by the sponsor basically forbade us from doing so. They were designed to make us fight outside. Why was the sponsor so determined to make us fight out here? Did they not want us using the Revive-O-Matic? Dying outside meant our dead bodies couldn't be revived. Was that the sponsor's objective? To ensure that anyone who died would stay dead? Hey Takumi, when did your hands go on vacation? I was jolted back to reality by Yugama's teasing. Sorry, just thinking about something. It's dangerous to think and kill at the same time. There's a fine line between familiarity and carelessness. Keep your mind on the hunt for now. Don't forget that Hiroko warned you last night about getting killed. You're right, sorry about that. I refocused my mind on the task at hand. With my sword in hand and my mind clear, I resumed the work of hunting down invaders. Yugamo and I then spent the better part of that morning killing together. We returned to the academy a little past noon and immediately made our way to the leisure lounge. There we checked our latest ranks.
I'm in 4th place, and Yugamu's in 6th.
Our positions had slipped from the first day, but we were still within the top bracket. Since it was already the 4th day, it was unlikely we would tumble all the way to the bottom this round, unless something catastrophic happened.
Shoma's currently in last place.
I had told myself not to look at the other positions, but my eyes naturally drifted to the last spot. Speaking of leaderboard positions,
Tsubasa's is surprisingly high.
she was clearly holding her teammates back yesterday. Is she the mastermind for this? But why? She's likely benefiting from the point sharing system. What point sharing system? What? You haven't noticed? There's a way to earn points in this game without killing any invaders yourself. Yugama took out a notepad and started drawing out some sort of diagram on it. Let's say, for example, a 10-point enemy appears in front of you. You kill that enemy by yourself, you gain 10 whole points. But if I help you in a fight, I gain a percentage of those 10 points. Could be a 50-50 or 80-20 split, depending on the situation. It all hinges on how much each person contributed to the fight. Simply joining the fight earns you at least 10% of the points. Tsubasa's Hemo-anima is very versatile, and so I'm sure she's earning points by supporting the others. So every member of the team gets some credit as long as they work together, like in sports? A strange but fitting comparison. Weaker players earn points by focusing their efforts on supporting others. Stronger players gain support by offering to share points with those who do. This game may not be about pure combat prowess, but how well we work together. We're being tested on our teamwork? In a killing game? Killing game usually pits participants against each other, but the rules for this one clearly lent itself to fostering teamwork. Had this been implemented to adjust the difficulty of the game to our level? Or did the sponsor have some ulterior motive? I returned to my room, unable to quash the indescribable wave of nausea threatening to bowl me over. What should I do this afternoon? I was in my room trying to figure out what to do in the time I had before a nightly meeting. My role in the anti-sponsor alliance was to find out the identity of the sponsor, but it's not as easy as it sounds. I felt like I needed clearer direction. Like, where was I supposed to even start? If only I had a hint of sorts to help me get the ball rolling. Suppose I'll just have to ask around. Asking around for information would be the best way to find clues that might shed more light on the matter. Asking around. Yes, that's what I'll be doing today. The others would surely be shocked to see the most unpopular guy in school right now approaching them out of the blue. But I can't just hole up in my room all day without at least trying something. Stilled myself before dashing out of the room. Okay, can I do this today? No? Fuck me then? When am I gonna have free time? Bruh. This is annoying. I wish I had free time. Whatever. Where are you, Tsubasa? Starting to be sus of you. I'm trying to think. It's mainly the fact that she's able to make all the machines that were used. Takumi. Tsubasa lowered her eyes awkwardly when I called out to her. I'm sorry for abandoning you the other day. Did everything turn out alright after that? Yeah. Managed to walk away with my life somehow. Yugamu and I are a team now. I'm just glad you're safe. I don't want to see any more of my friends dying. Did that mean Shoma's in trouble for the first round, huh? Why? He's not taking part in the game at all. Takamaru's been pulling out all the stops to invite him, but he refuses to even leave his room. I see. Shoma's probably going to be the first to die if things continue like this. We could save him if we took down the sponsor before that happened. Tsubasa, do you happen to know anything about the sponsor? I'm trying to find out their true identity. That's a question I'd like to answer myself. Why did they show up and make us take part in this killing game? None of it makes any sense. Okay, so you're just not helpful at all. Cool, cool. Moko Mojiro? Info about the sponsor's identity? Oh my, are you investigating that too? Too, as in, you're also looking into this? You bet! I even tried to film a day in the life documentary of the sponsor some time ago. Day in the life? First, I made a camera with the Gift-O-Matic. Then I tailed the sponsor around for 24 hours. That way, if they ever revealed their face during that time, we'd catch it on film, right? And did you? Oh, I wish. They cling to that spacesuit like it was the championship belt itself. How's it possible to carry out any sort of daily routine with that suit on? What about food? Oh, the sponsor doesn't eat. Doesn't eat? Yeah, I never saw them eat or sleep even once. Just kept buzzing out orders to their bee underlings day in, day out. That's AI. The sponsor can stay active for 24 hours without any food or sleep. Sounded unbelievable to me, but Mocha wasn't the type to tell tall tales. We're dealing with a real main event headliner here. Better be ready for a royal rumble if you're trying to unveil their real identity. Okay, that is useful. Thank you. And no thanks to you, Tsubasa. You made all the AIs. It was you. Hey, Takamaru, can I have a minute? Gathering information about the sponsor right now, and... Sorry, man. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You're just bad luck these days. Everything you touch turns to ashes. Bad luck, huh? Just part of being the school jinx, I guess. Understandable. This is... Whoa, who just shouted? It is I, Darami! And I'm shouting because this is the happiest I've ever been! Killing game, check! Mistress Hidiko's lapdog, check! Killing and killing and killing every day and night, check, check, check! I'm Mistress Hidiko's loyal lapdog in a killing game. What else does a person need to be happy in life? Just thinking about how I'm gonna wring the innards out of those invaders tomorrow releases so many endorphins into my brain. I may just pass out from sheer pleasure. Yo! Darmi was enjoying the current situation with every fiber of her being. Still couldn't understand why Hideko would team up with someone like that. Do not speak to me as if we were friends. I will never, ever forgive you for sending Lady Kurara to her dismal death. Be gone, accursed Grim Reaper, and give Lady Kurara back to me. Calm down, Kiyoshika. I'm sorry, Takumi. But Kiyoshika's still very angry about what happened, so... I knew I wasn't popular, but actually having some vitriol spewed directly in my face was a sobering experience. Okay. Speaking of people who hate me, what's up, girly pop? Eva was in her cell, looking as dejected as I'd left her. She was clearly still aghast at not being able to get her mask back. Okay, I've collected quite a bit of information. I'd learned a lot and was glad I'd mustered up the courage to talk to everyone. Despite half of them telling me to kill myself. Who the fuck is... Okay. Okay. After putting the information down in a notebook, I prepared for the nightly meeting.
At ease, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the invaders... Well then. Hey.
For the Anti-Sponsor Alliance, the bedtime announcement was now a call to action instead of a reminder to rest. Signed for us to gather and report on the day's findings. So now we know it's highly possible the sponsor doesn't eat or sleep. And still manages to be so powerful? They should just quit sponsoring killing games and go make a killing in the business world instead. Who wouldn't be impressed by a corporate soldier who can work all day and night? This is neither the time nor place to be joking around. It's precisely the time and place to be funny. Morbid humor's the best way to deal with morbid situations. That's just how strong the enemy we're up against is, right, Hiriko? This sponsor person is an enigma. Stays active for 24 hours without any sort of nutritional replenishment. Are we dealing with a robot? We can't rule out that possibility, considering what little we know of their identity. Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while? Was that a joke? It must be. Your entire existence is one. Well, aren't you something yourself? Allow me to share my additional findings on the bee's anatomy next. I got down to business today by dismembering the bee to its smallest parts. Some interesting truths were uncovered as a result. Despite a tough and grandiose appearance, it doesn't quite have the hardiness to match. The joints snap out of place if you even look at them wrong, and the stinger comes off without much effort as well. It's as fragile as life itself. But it can't be so weak. These bees killed Kurawa like it was nothing. Their bodies were likely enhanced by some supernatural means when they were still alive. Supernatural. In other words, hemoanima. The ability to move around without needing to eat or rest. Hemoanima enhanced the bees. The more we tried to pry into the sponsor's business, the more of their uncanny strengths we seemed to discover. But none of these proved that the sponsor himself was impossible to defeat. If we could just find a way to get them out of that invincibility suit. Last but not least, let's hear what Hiriko has to tell us. Did you find that spare suit you talked about? Yes, I pinpointed the location yesterday. If all goes well, I should be able to get my hands on the suit by tomorrow. Really? I honestly wasn't expecting to find it so soon either. Once we actually have it, uncovering a weakness or two should be trivial work. Unfortunately for the sponsor, their invader hunt is about to draw to a premature close. An end to this abominable invader hunt seemed like a dream, but Hiriko seemed confident the odds were in our favor. Anything we can do to help you secure the spare suit? Quite a lot. In fact, I'd venture to say I couldn't possibly recover the suit without your help. The suit is located somewhere to the south of this campus. Actually, getting the suit is going to be the easy part. The thing is, if the bees flying around find out what we're doing, all our efforts will go down the drain. Because then the sponsor would realize what we're up to. That's why we're going to need a little bit of creative prep work to hoodwink those roaming bees. With that preface, Hiriko shared with us a brief outline of her plan. Our operation commences at 7 a.m. tomorrow. The three of us here, plus Darami, will head south in the direction of town. Once we're somewhere in the vicinity of this area, we'll start hunting down invaders. As we do, we'll destroy the ruins around there in the flashiest way possible, kicking up as much dust and ash as we can. I'll use the sudden drop in visibility as camouflage to secretly move to the place with the spare suit without being discovered by the bees. We'll meet up once I find the suit, and rush back to school to examine it until we can discover its weaknesses. After we ascertain a way to destroy the invincibility suit, it's showdown time with the sponsor. Hiriko's plan was simple but bold. She would absolutely end everything tomorrow if circumstances allowed. Both the invader hunt and the sponsor himself. Will you help me, Takumi and Yugamu? An earnest plea for help from Hiriko without her usual barbs was a straight yes for me. I nodded vigorously. Of course I'll help. Let's get that suit and bring down the sponsor to get... I'm against this plan. I won't be joining it. It's Darami. What's gotten into you, Yugamu? Is there something wrong with the plan? Nothing wrong with the plan, per se. What's wrong is one of the participants. Hiriko, why are you letting Darami join the operation tomorrow? You've been insisting all this time she's nothing but your in-game partner, and not a member of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. She's very strong. She'll be useful in combat. That's nice, but what guarantee is there she won't turn around and slit our throats after learning of the plan? She lives and breathes killing games. I can already picture her lunging at us in unrestrained anger when she finds out we're trying to put a stop to her beloved game. You're overthinking this. She'll be too engrossed in the game to even notice what we're doing. That's my point, see? It's counterproductive to let someone so engrossed with killing games into our confidence.
Oh.
I disagree. I'm bringing her along tomorrow by hook or by crook. I have my reasons. Oh? Such as? The discussion was leading nowhere. Neither Hiruko nor Yugamu seemed willing to compromise. Tomorrow's operation would be aborted if we didn't find a way to break the stalemate. I had to do something. I'm afraid I have to take Yugamu's side this time, Hiruko. We're putting our lives on the line tomorrow. Yet at the same time, you're trying to involve someone outside of the Alliance. You can't blame us for feeling hesitant. Even you think so. She averted her eyes and bit on her lips. Fine. I won't ask for your help anymore. I'll get the suit myself. Hold on, I'm not finding fault with you or anything. Reached out quickly and grabbed Hiruko's hand before she could leave the room. We understand you have secrets you can't fully share with us, and we know you have your reasons. But can't you at least tell us something? It has to be something out of the ordinary, right? You're not the type to insist on doing things your way for mere selfish reasons. And how are you so sure I'm not? Because you trusted me. So I trust you too. It was Hiruko who trusted me and brought me out when everyone else was shunning me and calling me a jinx. If she needed help, I wanted to do everything in my power to help her. I quietly pleaded with Hiruko while intensely staring at her in the eyes, praying hard that she would trust and lean on me. And then... it was a sigh of resignation. The trouble with your generic face is how it completely disarms me when you're spouting the occasional hero-like rhetoric. Very well, you will have a full explanation on why I must bring Darumi along. Really? Yes, but not here. Outside. I'll be waiting for you on the roof. Come alone. With that, she exited the room. But her wanting to meet with me alone would mean... Oh, for the love of murder. I'm the outcast now, eh? I don't mind. Go ahead, Takumi. I'll be right here, keeping your bed warm for you until your return. Yeah, thanks. I'll be right back after I hear what she has to say. Also, don't touch my bed. No promises. Please promise. Hi, Obi. Well, if you got me behind in my room and went up to the roof. Huh? Hiruko? I didn't see Hiruko on the roof, even though she said she'd be waiting for me there. Unless she went back to her room. Over here, Takumi. I turned toward the direction of the voice and saw Hiruko seated on the ledge. She was staring intently at something. Followed her gaze and... there was the artificial satellite floating in the night sky.
Do you long to see the people living there again?
Her question was sudden and unexpected.
Of course I do. That's what I'm fighting so hard for.
Yes, you would be right. We're all fighting here because there are people we want to see again. We'll be able to go back to them after this war ends. That's what motivates us to keep going. In other words, that's why we're so determined not to die here. However, Darumi has none of that. She's got nowhere to return to.
Nowhere? Surely she has family who can take her in.
Not all families are worth going back to. Not that I expect you to understand.
She was right. I didn't understand. How could I? It was my cherished dream to be surrounded by my parents and Karu at the dinner table again someday.
Takumi, do you know why Darumi is so enamored with killing games?
No?
It's very simple. She grew up in an environment that was like a killing game in itself. If she'd let her guard down, even for a brief moment, she'd be abused by her parents or teachers. Punishment awaited her at every turn for no reason other than the adults in her life having a bad day. None of the grown-ups who were supposed to be looking out for her reached out to help in her time of need. You see? Just like a killing game, right?
I had an inkling Darmy may not have come from the best of family environments. I had no idea it was that bad. She wasn't kidding about that.
And when you go through life living like that, you can't help but wonder, why only me?
Yeah, that's understandable.
Why am I the only one suffering like this? Why can't everyone suffer together with me? Young and old, male and female. We should all suffer together. Use up our lives, our very existences, to entertain ourselves through misery. That's why she loves her killing game so much. It's the closest thing to her ideal world she can find.
So she was being dead serious when she talked about wanting to start a killing game.
Dead and buried 6 feet underground. She would have given her life for it.
What sort of mentality could drive a person to be this desperate for a killing game to begin?
Her wish to see the whole world turn into a killing game was never going to come true under normal circumstances. But as fate decreed, that wish somehow actually did come true.
When the sponsor showed up. The sponsor of the killing game suddenly appeared in midair one day. Darmy must have felt like her childhood dream was finally coming true.
She's on Cloud 9 right now. Living out a dream that once seemed impossible to achieve. And she intends to die in it, after playing to her heart's content.
Die? Even though her dream finally came true?
Exactly. Now that her dream has come true, she has nothing to live for anymore.
She didn't look like someone who wanted to die, though. The few times I've seen her outside the academy.
In fact, you guys were slaughtering the school invaders together quite enthusiastically. Someone who fought with such wanton abandon, in a situation where there was no coming back from death, couldn't exactly be mentally sound now, could they? She was right. Someone with normal sensitivities would be a lot more cautious about this.
Without me keeping a close eye on her, she'll be running headlong into the largest group of invaders she can find. If I don't keep forcing her to return together, she'll keep on fighting, even past her limits. Even after returning, she always wants to go right back out to continue the hunt. It's not easy for me to keep pulling her back. She's basically committing slow suicide. I can't take my eyes off her for a minute.
Is that why you're so insistent on bringing her along for tomorrow's operation?
I just don't want to leave her alone to her own devices. A short while's fine, but I get the feeling we may be taking a while tomorrow. I have to take her along. If I don't want to come back to a dead Darumi, this whole plan would be pointless if even one person dies.
I was completely dumbfounded. Hiriko was serious about saving everybody's lives. But then again, Hiriko had always been like that, even last time. She would ensure no one got left behind by snatching them from the jaws of death, even if it meant taking their place. Her tenacity in this aspect had saved me, and was now saving Darumi. My body trembled involuntarily when I realized the depth of Hiriko's determination. I had to admit it. She was the real hero here. I feel bad for Darumi, but this game needs to end. The sooner the better. She's never going to come to her senses unless she first wakes up from the shame of a dream. I'm begging you here, Takumi. Help me tomorrow. Yeah, of course. How could I possibly turn down a request from this awesome hero standing before me? I'll convince Yugamu to help as well. I can't believe he'll turn us down after I explain the situation to him. The four of us will rampage through town together tomorrow and put an end to the invader hunt. We both stretched out a hand spontaneously and exchanged a firm and solemn handshake. The only thing going through my mind at that time was what I could do to protect Hiruko's kind-hearted resolve. We would work together to defeat the sponsor, and then... let's all get to the best day 100 together. But I was too naive. Kind-heartedness had no place on the battlefield, because it was Hiruko's kind-heartedness that led her to end up like that. What? Huh?
Hiruko!
She was lying on the ground with blood pouring out of her back. This is a mortal wound. There is no way she can recover from this. The attacker, if I remember correctly, is the...
Squad 3 Commander!
What is a commander doing here? Why is Hiruko lying in a pool of her own blood? Was she defeated by that commander? Nothing was making sense. My mind was in a state of confusion.
How did this happen?
Our plan had been proceeding smoothly. We set off early, reached a part of town south of the school, and started doing battle. Using the flashiest skills we had in our arsenal, we hunted down every invader in the area. This was to draw the Flying Bee's attention to us. Sometime after the battle began, Hiruko secretly left the area like she had planned in order to secure the spare suit. The bees were struggling to count the points Yugamu and I were racking up, and didn't seem to have noticed her sudden absence. Felt like the plan was actually going to work. All we had to do was wait for Hiruko to return with the suit that would lead us to victory. But then something unexpected happened. I took my eyes off Darumi, who had been fighting with us for only a short while, and she vanished in that moment. She probably got overly excited and decided to expand our hunting territory. I panicked. Hiruko would be heartbroken if anything happened to Darumi. Ran around the vicinity in a desperate attempt to locate her, all the while imploring her in my heart to not do anything reckless that might end up making Hiruko sad. I was praying hard for her safety, and just as I finally caught sight of Darumi on the other side of some rubble, the unthinkable happened. I couldn't make head nor tail of the scene no matter how long or hard I stared at it.
Why? Why? Why is this happening? Get a hold of yourself, Takumi.
I snapped back to my senses at Yugamu's yelling. Yugamu! Hiruko's down, most likely by a commander. Yugamu's face twisted into a hateful scowl when he turned to look at the commander. That's why I didn't want Darumi to come along. She's too high profile in a lot of ways. You can't blame the enemy for zeroing in on such an attention-grabbing target on the battlefield. I'd wager the commander attacked Darumi first in this case. And when Hiruko tried to help her, the commander attacked Darumi as she was rampaging around. And when Hiruko tried to help, she got struck down instead. What do we do now? How can we save them both? Run away, that's what. The operation's failed. But we can't just abandon them. There's nothing we can do to turn the tide of this battle. Especially not against a commander. We need to survive so that we can carry on Hiruko's will. Yugamu's decision was sound. The best outcome we could hope for right now is to avoid all of us dying. But did I really want that? What was the point of surviving if I had to abandon a friend to do it? Abandon Hiruko and Darumi to escape and wait for another chance. Or jump in to save them without caring about the consequences. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. Save Darumi? After what Hiruko said? No one left behind. We gotta save Girly Pop. We gotta! I think this might be an ending. We'll see. This feels like enough branching paths. I'm going to save those two. You'd better get out of here before the commander notices you. Don't be crazy, Takumi. You won't accomplish anything by dying here. I know. You're absolutely right, but...
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Samino, with the most disheveled and generic mug, who always puts his friends above himself.
Hiriko's put her trust in me. I won't abandon her now. I cleared my mind with a battle cry and charged into the fray. Once I reached Hiriko and Darumi, we launched into a painfully one-sided battle against the enemy commander. I can do this.
Ah!
Oh, hey Takumi! You came to save us, huh? Thanks, brah! I hate to disappoint you after you came all this way, but we're totally headed for a game over here. Mr. Hiriko's already out of action, and I'm basically about to keel over too. Looks like we brought ourselves a one-way ticket to hell! Why don't we just accept it and all die together? You've got energy to talk, you can still fight. Take out the weaker enemies first. You got it, boss! Okay. Okay, let's... This is going to be hard.
It's as bad as I thought, huh?
Let's do this.
I mean, I'm gonna have to armor up on both of these guys.
Good to go.
That's like top priority.
Take this.
Looks a little dangerous. Stabby, stab, stab! Uh-oh! Dead already!
It's fine.
It's too much!
Okay, let's do this. Nice.
My turn. Keep your guard up.
So close to dead. It's as bad as I thought, huh? Hi-ya!
It's fine.
Owie! My body! Uh-oh.
Okay. Nice.
Let's do this.
I think this fight's winnable.
All right. My turn. That's it. Go. Let's do this. Ha! All right, let's go.
So close to dead.
Ready when you are. That's it. This. Damn it.
Attack down. Okay, that's fine.
Looks a little dangerous. Take that! No good! I'm about to die! Suffer, baby!
Good to go.
I'm get. I totally gotcha. Oh!
It's fine.
So close to dead. Hiya! No good.
Ready when you are. Harder. I've got this. Take that! Good to go. Ha! My turn. There! Got it!
It's too much. Don't bug me.
Frickin' nincompoop.
Let's do this!
I'll kill you.
Good to go.
It's as bad as I thought, huh? Take that! I'm about to die.
No, you're not. You literally have the kit to live this.
Close to death.
Let's do this!
I wonder how many more can I get? Stabby, stab, stab!
Good to go. I've got this. One last strike! Take care of the rest.
Gotta help!
Wait, does it just not take an action because it's bleeding? Well then,
Let's do it!
we're gonna
do
win. Wave one end, okay. Anyone else get the feeling this commander's just playing with us? He's not even attacking! He's just standing there, all menacing! Like... Guess he knows he doesn't need to get involved directly. We're already outnumbered and outclassed. It's only a matter of time until they overwhelm us. Damn it!
Ah.
You really are too dumb to live sometimes. Did you really think you could take on a commander with just two of you? Gamu, what are you doing here? I told you to run! I'm just making the most logical choice I can. We can't afford to lose you, Takumi. We'll have no chance of winning the war if we do. That means our only choice is to do something about this guy so we can all get away. Wasn't much of a plan, but at least we had hope now. With three of us, we might just be able to pull it off.
Yeah!
Let's do this, guys. Give it everything you've got and take him down. Drive the boss back. Well, you're back to full health. Which is awesome!
Let's do this!
And you still have your thing. Which is also awesome.
Ah! Oh, here we go! Yeah! Time for me to move. Good to go. Ha! Got it.
Okay.
Here we go! Fine. Don't bug me!
I'm good to go.
Ow.
I'm exhausted.
I'm bursting with power!
Let's go! Take that!
I never thought they'd be this good. Stinks, doesn't it? Let's do this! Here we go! Ready when you are! I've still got some kills in me. Got you covered.
Here we go! Using it!
Yeah.
Oh, guess I'm screwed!
Not bad. I'm exhausted.
Mana!
Fuck. Asshole.
Good to go. That's it. Oh, my turn. Yeah. Got it. I won't give in.
So close to dead. It's too much. Severed, baby.
I've still got some kills in me. How's that feel? I'm not finished yet. Here it comes.
Looks a little dangerous. I wonder how many more can power up. Looks a little dangerous. So close to dead. Hi-ya! I'm about to die!
You are about to die. What can I do to help you?
I can't anymore! Alright, I'll use it.
I've still got some kills in me. I'll kill them all! Kill the rest for me.
Alright, I guess I'll just go to next turn. Dude, this is hard.
This isn't good.
It's fine.
I'm spent. No,
It's fine.
I'm exhausted.
Okay.
I'm not done yet.
I wonder how many more can I get?
I win? How'd I win? By just doing enough damage? It's no use. He's too strong. He really is just playing with us. An extra fighter or two is not going to make any difference. For the love of murder, if he's going to kill us anyway, he could at least go all out too. Half-assing it makes the whole thing feel cheap. This is why I hate fighting invaders. Don't give up. There has to be something we can do. Nah, dude. We're done. Let's charge in one last time and get blown to smithereens. I always wanted to go out like a bunch of dirty fireworks. We're all out of options. Are we really going to die here? Just when it seemed like all hope was lost.
Take my cryptoglobin.
I heard Hiriko's voice, faint and weak, but still determined, on my comm channel. Hiriko, I thought you'd passed out. Never mind that. Just absorb my cryptoglobin. It's the only way. Absorb your cryptoglobin? What are you talking about? Am I not being clear enough? I want you to kill me. I'm going to die anyway. You may as well take my power and save yourselves. But you're my friend. I could never kill you. I may die, but you'll still have hope. You'll still have the spare suit. Use it to figure out the sponsor's secret and defeat them. Kill me so you can survive. You can't be serious. There's no way I can do this. I'm not asking. I'm telling. Do it now. Take my power. And survive. Darumi! Huh, yeah. For a moment, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Darumi had thrust a knife right into Hiriko's back.
Mistress Hiriko! Mistress Hiriko! Your power flowing into me! I can feel you inside me!
I tried to stop her, but it was too late. As Darumi absorbed more and more of her blood, Hiriko's body began to shrivel and dry up. Oh man, oh man, oh man! I've never felt this kind of energy before! I'm in the zone now! I feel like I could fly! Like I could do anything! Yahoo! Darumi threw back her head and let out a cry of elation totally at odds with what just happened. Don't you realize what you've done, Darumi? You just killed Hiriko. Save the recriminations for later, Takumi. Now that it's reached this point, we have to see it through. But Hiriko is... Darumi's overflowing with power right now. She might actually be able to beat that commander. Yagami was right. Darumi was stronger than ever. She rushed around the battlefield like a berserker, swinging her weapons in every direction, even charging at the commander without the slightest trace of fear. No one can stop me now! By the time we were able to take stock of our surroundings, we realized the commander was no longer there. Did he just leave? Yeah, seems that way. Had we really won? Somehow it didn't feel real. Relax, he's gone. I don't sense any trace of his presence anymore. Also, the thing Hiriko gave her life to get us is still here, and it's still intact. Igamu held up the suitcase Hiriko had brought from the school. Most likely had the spare of the sponsor's suit inside it. We've done what we set out to do. Make no mistake, this is a win for us. It's just... we had to pay a pretty big price for it. Yugamu's gaze wandered to Hiriko's body. It was bad enough that she sustained fatal damage trying to bail Darmy out. But then her cryptoglobin was absorbed by the very person whose life she saved. As for Darmy herself, she was just staring blankly up at the sky. I could only imagine how she felt, having just killed someone who'd been like a sister to her. But before I could say anything...
Yeah.
Darmy? Her eyes rolled back in her head and she fell to the ground.
Ah.
Looks like she finally ran out of steam. You'll have to carry her for now, Takumi. I'll dig a grave for Hiroko. Here's as good a resting place as for her as any. Yugamu began digging with an old piece of wood, and when the hole was big enough, gently lowered Hiroko's body into the ground.
Hiroko. I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
But I won't let your sacrifice be in vain. I'll use the suit you worked so hard to get us to figure out the sponsor's weakness, and then...
I'll defeat them and end this game. I promise.
We returned to the school, determined to carry out what Hiroko had started. Unfortunately... I have no idea where to even start with tech this weird. Yugamu and I had gone back to my room to look at the suit, but looking at it was about all we could do. Neither of us knew anything about electronics or wearable technology or whatever it was that made this suit tick. Analyzing how it worked and how to get past its defenses was going to be hard, if not impossible. Well, it's a protective suit made out of some kind of specialized material. That's about all I could say. Yeah, I can't figure anything else out either. How can something this flimsy block our attack so completely? We'd worked so hard to get it. This feels like such a waste.
Hey!
And if only we had someone with actual engineering knowledge on our side. As if in answer to my exasperated cry.
Ah.
Someone's here at this hour? You don't think it's a sponsor, do you? It's not totally out of the question. They might have realized we got our hands on a suit just like theirs. The bell rang again. Pretending I wasn't here would only put off the inevitable. The sponsor was relentless. If I was going to die anyway, I might as well put up a fight here and now. Took a deep breath and opened the door. Tsubasa? Definitely hadn't expected to see her standing on the other side. Since this game began, everyone except Yugamu and Hiroko had been keeping their distance from me. Tsubasa's eyes were downcast. She looked like she might start to cry at any moment. Hey, what's wrong? Howdy, Tsubasa. You're looking pretty grief-ridden this evening. Is something bothering you? We'd be glad to listen if you want to talk about it. I have a feeling we're not the kind of people you really want to confide in, though. Yugamu's laid-back attitude did nothing to put Tsubasa at ease. Eventually, she did speak up on her own.
I'm sorry, Takumi. I'm so sorry.
And all of a sudden, she burst into tears. Calm down, Tsubasa. What's this all about? What are you apologizing for? Is it because you didn't let me join your team? You don't have to worry about that. I'm doing fine. No, that's not it. I was there, Takumi. When Hiroko was fighting that commander, I was watching the whole time. Huh? Tsubasa was there too? I wanted to help. If I'd activated my Hemoanima, I could have used my car to get Hiroko and Darmy out of there and bring them back to the school. But I was so scared I couldn't move. And while I was wondering what I should do, Hiroko got wounded and then she... I'm sorry, Hiroko. I'm sorry, Takumi. I just stood there and let her die. I know apologizing won't fix this, but... I had no idea what to say. I knew all too well how much it hurt not being able to save someone. That's why I knew nothing I could say would take away that pain. But before I could even try... You're right, Tsubasa. A simple apology isn't going to cut it. Oh, he's gonna blackmail her into figuring out the machine. Yugamu got there first, speaking in a harsh tone I hadn't heard him use before. You didn't save Hiroko when you had the chance. That also put our lives in danger. That's not the kind of crime you can just wipe clean. Letting someone die is basically the same as killing them. And you had the gall to give Takumi the cold shoulder? At least he still has a shred of human decency in him. It's more than I could say for you. Yugamu, I know you're mad, but that's going too far. Tsubasa already feels terrible. She doesn't need you making it worse. No, it's fine. Takumi, he's right. I'm always like this. Whenever there's any kind of conflict, I just go with the crowd. When Gaku died, I suspected you because that's what everyone else was doing. It was the same when we decided to form teams. Everyone said to stay away from you, so that's what I did too. I never stand up and make important decisions for myself. And now, Hiriko is dead because of me. Darmi is probably heartbroken too. I could have stopped all that from happening. Wow, she really did see everything. She's probably still in shock. I'm a terrible person, aren't I? Treating my friends' lives with so little respect. It's so disgusting it makes me want to puke. Bleh! Tsubasa didn't stop at dry heaving. She vomited all over the floor, tears still streaming down her face. You're amazing, Takumi. You jumped right in to fight that commander and try and save Hiriko. I can't believe I've been so awful to you all this time. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Takumi, for everything. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't ready to completely forgive Tsubasa and call it all water under the bridge. But I wasn't going to hold anything against her. Not when she was already suffering this much. Just the thought that I was still capable of some kind of compassion was a comfort in itself. You can cry all you want, it's not going to erase what you did. The world wouldn't need the police if atonement was that easy. What's with you today, Yugamu? Tsubasa's made some mistakes, but you don't need to be so hard on her. Tsubasa, if you really want to make up for letting Hiriko die, there's just one way.
Indirectly or not, you caused a death. Now you have a duty to save lives instead.
Save lives? But how do I...
Oh.
Just a suggestion, but how about you join up with me and Takumi? We're working on something that could save everyone, and we just so happen to need somebody with your particular skill set. It's kind of like carrying on Hiriko's legacy, too. This is what she gave her life for.
Oh.
Of course, it'll mean putting yourself in a lot of danger, but what do you say? Will you help us? Tsubasa didn't say anything for a while. She just stood there staring at her feet. And she nodded, as if she'd come to an important decision. Okay. I don't know what you guys are up to, but if it can save everyone, I'm in. So, what do you want me to do? When Tsubasa said that, Yugamu turned to me and winked.
Huh?
Yep. Now it makes sense. He made her feel worse, so she'd feel like she had no choice but to join us to atone. I can't say I like that he manipulated her feelings like that, but we do need all the help we can get. Here's how it is, Tsubasa. I told Tsubasa all about our secret plans, how we'd form an alliance to take down the sponsor and end this game, and how thanks to Hiriko, we now had a spare of the kind of suit the sponsor wore. A spare suit? Whoa, awesome, it's the real thing! I see. Hiriko risked everything to get us this.
Huh?
Yeah, but this stuff isn't really our area. We've got no idea what we're supposed to do with it to learn anything useful. What do you think, Tsubasa? Do we need some kind of special machinery to analyze this thing or what? Maybe we should take it to the metal shop. We don't want anyone to find out we've got this, though. Somewhere we can investigate without being seen, huh? I might be able to help with that. You see, there's a secret lab. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who knows about it. When you guys see it, it'll knock your socks off. It's that crazy? You'll understand once we get there. Come on, I'll take you there now. Follow me. I gathered up the suit and left my room, letting Tsubasa lead the way to the secret lab she'd found. Finally, we arrived at the race stage area in the gym. This is your secret lab? I guess people don't come here all that often. Back up, guys. You're gonna fall. Go stand by the edge for a sec.
Huh?
Fall? Fall where? Tsubasa shooed us to the edge of the stage, then knelt down and began pulling on a broken floorboard. Hurrah! All at once the board came loose, and then... A hole? Peeling back that one board had somehow made a huge hole appear in the stage. I happened to find a map of this room when I was fixing the corpse recovery drone program using the war computer. Sorry to have kept it a secret all this time. I always wanted a place like this I could have all to myself. This reminds me, completely off topic. Saw a post on Twitter's like some Republican lawmakers showing off the fucking like underground passage in his office, and everyone on Twitter was like, "It's not a secret anymore, you fucking idiot! You fucking you're a Republican, you're stupid." And like, look, I hate Republicans as much as the next guy, but I'll be honest, I went on that tour, and I went in that when I went to DC when I was 17. Because that used to be, I'm pretty sure, maybe it's just, I went in someone else's office and they had that thing too. But it looked almost exactly the same. And it was Steve Scalise, who was, I think, the minority whip at the time. Now he's majority, whatever. Anyways. That was completely random.
Oh.
No, you made the right call. Now we have somewhere that we can talk without worrying about being overheard. I'm gonna warn you. Try not to be too shocked about what you see in there. Even if you are, try not to scream. It's like an echo chamber down there. Shocked? Scream? What in the world is in this lab? I don't know if I can explain it all that well. It'll be easier to just show you. There's a ladder leading down. Come on, before anyone sees us. Yeah, we went to Steve Scalise's office, and he showed us the hidden passage, and we went down there. I went down there. Doesn't fucking matter, this shit was built in like the 1800s. We followed Tsubasa down the ladder and into the secret basement room. Sure enough, what greeted us at the bottom was something I'd never have imagined. That's the thing we leave in. I had to hold myself back from letting out a wordless cry of surprise. Inside the lab was a large machine that looked like some kind of spaceship. This is the escape pod. I'd seen it before, of course, at the end of my first 100 days here. But I never expected to see it here like this. Yeah, I was shocked when I first saw it too. I knew it must be the pod you told us about. This place is probably designed to store it safely until it's needed. Is there any chance you can get it working now? I thought of that, but it's no good. It's locked up tight, and there's no way to get in. We could probably force it open, but we can't exactly go into space with a damaged door. Must have security measures to stop anyone using it before day 100. It's the only time we're allowed to leave the school. Well, we can think about the pod later. Let's concentrate on the suit for now. Do you need any machinery from the metal shop? We can go get it for you. No, I should be fine. There's plenty of gear in here for me to get started. Looked around the lab. It was full of miscellaneous machines and equipment. Probably stuff Tsubasa had brought in already. There were also a lot of weapons for some reason. I figured I'd make those and keep them here for emergencies. Just in case we ever need a hole up in here. I've snuck some food supplies in too. Help yourself if you get hungry. It's a real stronghold down here. It'll make a perfect HQ for the Anti-Sponsor Alliance.
Oh.
So how are you going to investigate the suit's capabilities? You got any experiments in mind? You basically want to know how to break through the suit's defenses, right? The fastest way to figure that out is to try out a bunch of stress tests and see how it holds up. By testing its resistance to stretching, pressure, elastic and plastic deformation, we can start getting a better idea of its fracture toughness. Deformation? Fracture? Some of those terms were lost on me, but at least one of us knew what we were doing. Okay, well, let's get started. Figuring out this stuff's weakness is only the first step. Once we've done that, we're taking the sponsor down. We spent the rest of the night testing and analyzing the suit any way we could. Next morning, made my way to the leisure lounge where the sponsor was loafing around as usual. Takumi Samino, what are you doing here so early? Did you miss me? You could say that. I wanted to see you anyway. Do you have time to talk? Hardly a respectful attitude to take towards someone in my position. But I'll allow it. You are one of my most accomplished hunters, after all. Hunter? Me? No need to be so modest. Just take a look, the results speak for themselves. The sponsor gestured to one of their bees and brought up a display of the leaderboard.
I honestly didn't expect you to gain this much of a lead so quickly. The advent of a dark horse like yourself makes this game that much more exciting.
At some point, I'd made it all the way to number 2 in the rankings. Yuriko had been at number 1 all this time, but now that she's dead, I was catching up. You've made impressive contributions to my little game. I was just thinking you deserve some kind of reward.
Huh?
A reward, huh? Since we're here, how about you play a game with me? Very well, if that's what you want. What shall we play? As I said before, I'm grateful to you for becoming such an accomplished hunter. I'm even willing to turn a blind eye if you ever want to bend the rules a little. That actually helps a lot, because what I want is a duel to the death. I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to win. And then, I'm ending this stupid game of yours once and for all. So it's come to this. Very well, activate your class armor and hemoanima. Attack me all you want. Your sword is no more threat to me than a blade of grass. The sponsor clearly didn't consider themselves in any danger. They stood there radiating absolute confidence, knowing that nothing I could do would hurt them. Nice of you to be so laid back about it, but I won't be attacking with my sword. I'll be using this crossbow. Brought out a crossbow Tsubasa had made with the gift-o-matic. Normally, using a conventional weapon like this would be pointless, especially against an invincible opponent like the sponsor. A fool! What are you thinking turning something like that on me? Such insolence will not stand! A hunter should use hemoanima! Just like that, the sponsor's confident demeanor vanished, and they began to panic. Looks like we were right about the suit's weakness. We performed every kind of stress test we could think of on the spare last night. We discovered something very interesting. I knew it. This suit isn't actually all that strong. It'll distort from just a little force, and it's not that much tougher than a regular protective suit. A long knife or something could probably cut through it pretty easily. Doesn't make sense, though. The suit is that weak, why don't any of our attacks work on it? Is this spare one a fake, maybe? Is it actually different from the sponsor's one? No, it's the real thing. The material is the same as what the sponsor wears anyway. So why is this one so much weaker? I think it's not weak so much as built for purpose. What do you mean? Ever since I saw this suit, something about it has been bothering me. It looks like some kind of protective gear. So what is it supposed to protect its wearer from? Not sure I follow. Workers at nuclear power plants wear suits to protect themselves from radiation, right? And firefighters have ones to protect against high temperatures. And divers have one for water pressure. Protective suits are made with specific hazards in mind. Stuff that's only a threat in certain environments and scenarios. There are not a lot of use outside of those scenarios. Have you ever felt an actual radiation suit? They're basically paper thin. I think it's the same with this suit. It's designed to protect against one particular threat and nothing else. Protective gear for a specific threat. I desperately tried to think over what Tsubasa had said and what it could mean. What kind of scenario was the suit built for? That was obvious enough, to protect the sponsor from our attacks. First time we fought them, we attacked with every bit of hemoanima we could muster. But at the end of our assault, the sponsor was still standing, without having taken the slightest bit of damage. It was like our attacks, our hemoanima had no effect at all. And then it hit me like a bolt from the blue. I knew what this suit was for. I knew what threat it was guarding against. Of course, the suit is... That suit is designed to repel any and all hemoanima attacks. But the trade-off is that it's weak against regular attacks, isn't it? You're letting your imagination run wild. I'm invincible. Your pitiful intellect cannot hope to understand my power. The sponsor's voice was calm, but they were clearly shaken. I had no doubt we were right about this.
Hey!
I only wish I'd noticed it sooner. The suit only blocked hemoanima attacks, not physical ones. It was such a simple weakness, but I could see why I hadn't thought of it until now. The first encounter with the sponsor had totally demoralized us. We attacked them with everything we had, our strongest attacks, and not one of them had worked. This person is invincible. It's no use trying to fight them. That was the idea that had been planted in our heads that day. After sowing that seed of doubt, we all accepted that we had no choice but to do what the sponsor said. But now we know the truth. Once a trick is exposed, the con artist behind it is finished. Just like this game. I'm warning you, Takumi. Stand down now and we can forget this ever happened. This is for my friends! I pulled the trigger and fired off 3 arrows in quick succession. They pierced the suit and buried themselves in the sponsor's body. There was no hiding it now. My attack had clearly done some damage. There were holes in the suit now. We weren't dealing with an invincible opponent after all.
We did it. Did you see, Hideko? We broke through the sponsor's defenses.
Not bad, Takumi Sumino. I'll confess, I didn't think you'd ever figure out the secret of my suit. For this, at least, I must congratulate you. Gee, thanks, it's an honor. But it's your death I want, not compliments. Me die? Don't be ridiculous. The game has only just begun. And you're forgetting something, Takumi. This suit isn't the only weapon I have at my disposal. I still have... the bees! I heard a familiar cacophony of buzzing and beating wings as the bees flew down from the ceiling. They'd sounded angry. I'd broken a rule, after all. I'd injured the sponsor. My suit may not be an immovable object, but my bees are as unstoppable a force as ever. What now, Takumi Sumino? Do you think you can defend against this? No, there's nothing I can do about your bees. If they attacked now, I'd be riddled with holes and have every last ounce of my blood drained. If they attacked me, that is. That's why I'm tagging in. Good work, Takumi. You played your part beautifully. But against someone with the proper protection, things wouldn't be so simple. What? Who are you? Why do you have that suit? It's me, Yugamu Omikage. Guess you can't tell because of the voice, huh? Apparently the voice changer came as standard with these suits. This one distorted Yugamu's voice to sound just like the sponsor's. We decided to borrow one of your precious suits for a little while. It seemed like the best way to stop me getting turned into a pincushion. Bee stingers were powerful, that much was true. But that was because they'd been augmented with hemoanima.
Oh.
The suits repelled any and all hemoanima attacks. With Yugamu wearing one, the bees were no threat at all. You and that suit have given us a lot of trouble. Now we're using the same technology to defeat you. You know how it is? What goes around comes around. Insolence, this will not stand. Don't you realize who I am? I'm the one who spreads death across the planet. The all-seeing, all-knowing Game Master. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. We really don't have time to listen to your final monologue. I'll take it from here, Takumi. Go! Right. We both started running. Ran for the door while Yugamu charged right toward the sponsor. The bees dutifully flew in to protect their master, but all in vain. Yugamu swatted them aside with one swipe of his arm, killing them instantly. That suit made him the worst possible opponent for them to go up against. Finally, Yugamu reached the sponsor. And then he opened his clenched fist to reveal he was holding something. All it takes is one little hole to render protective gear practically useless. So the first thing we need to do is open a hole in the sponsor's suit. Any one of these ranged weapons should be enough to do that. Right. If the suit is weak against physical damage, a gun should do the trick. No marksman, though. Probably more likely to hit my target with something like a crossbow. Once the suit is torn, the sponsor won't be immune to cryptoglobin attacks anymore. That's where this comes in. Stuff this bomb in the hole and the sponsor will get burned to a crisp. Tsubasa held up a tiny mechanical sphere. This baby's filled with undying flames. All it needs is a little impact to detonate it. It's basically a downgraded version of the one we used on Veshnis. But I could only make one, so we only get one shot at this. One of these bombs could destroy Veshnis. They could destroy anyone. That included the sponsor, whoever they really were. We had our plan. All that was left was to assign roles and iron out the details. Tsubasa would stand ready with a fire extinguisher outside the leisure lounge in case anything went wrong. I'd use the crossbow to puncture a hole in the sponsor's suit, and Yugamu would be the one handling the most dangerous part of the plan, actually detonating the bomb. Are you sure about this, Yugamu? You'll have to get really close to the sponsor to put the bomb in their suit in the first place. If anything goes wrong, you'll be left wide open. Don't worry about that. I'm really good at ramming stuff in holes that look like they'd be too small to fit. Thanks, Yugamu. I'm trying to be serious here. I'm going to have to ask you to stick to the matter at hand. Sure thing, Takumi. Or you can be the one sticking it to me if you prefer. You know me. I swing both ways. Stay on topic, please. In spite of his usual devil-may-care attitude, I could tell Yugami was serious. His fists were clenched tight. He was determined to end this game. Even if it meant risking his own life killing the sponsor, he was prepared to do what needed to be done.
Get away! Don't you dare touch me with those filthy hands!
Undaunted, Yugami grabbed hold of the sponsor. He slipped the miniature bomb into the hole in the suit, and then... one little hit, and the undying flames enveloped the sponsor's entire body. Our tormentor writhed in pain, convulsing like a crazed dancer. At some point, the sponsor's vocal cords must have burned away. They weren't screaming anymore, just making hollow, choking noises. Even with the flames eating away at every fiber of their being, the sponsor held on to life for as long as they could. But finally, they let out one last unnatural, almost inhuman scream. The flames still licking at their body, they collapsed onto the floor. Tsubasa and I stepped back into the lounge, and we stood there with Yugami watching the sponsor burn. We didn't want to risk taking our eyes off them in case they suddenly came back to life somehow. Fear rooted us to the spot. We had to be sure. We needed to see this person die. They're really dead now, aren't they? Yeah, no one could possibly survive that. Then we really won. We won. The moment I said those words, it suddenly felt a lot more real. We'd taken down the invincible sponsor and ended the invader hunt. Yo, what the hell is all this noise in here? We heard a weird voice shouting, "Yeah," something. It sounded like nails on a chalkboard. There was an explosion, too. The others all came running in. The sponsor's death cries must have echoed all throughout the school. Takumi, Tsubasa, what are you guys doing? Get over here! That's right, you have to get away from the sponsor. Oh, of course. With Yugami wearing the suit, they think he's the sponsor. Hey guys, you picked the perfect time to join us. Come warm yourselves by the fire. Fire, but it looks like there's a person in there. Vile fiend! Did you incinerate one of our friends for your sick entertainment? This has gone far enough! It is time for the holy Jumanji sword to cut you down! Wait, Kiyoshika, I don't think that's the sponsor. It's Yugamu. Now you mention it, he does sound like him. What's the deal? What's going on here? If Yugamu's the sponsor and the sponsor's Yugamu, then who the heck am I? Takumi, Tsubasa, you got some explaining to do. That's Yugamu in the suit. Where did the real sponsor go? Just stay calm, okay? I'll explain everything. Took everyone through what our team had been doing. Starting with me, Yugamu, and Hiruko forming our secret alliance. And how Hiruko somehow knew a way for us to get our hands on a spare version of the suit the sponsor wore. That first mission had succeeded, but at the cost of Hiruko's life. Then Tsubasa had joined the alliance and figured out the suit's weakness, allowing us to put this plan into action. So you see, we don't have to worry about scores or executions anymore. It's over. We won. I thought they'd all be happy to hear about this. We just freed them from the life and death struggle we'd been in since the game began, after all. Oh, what's the matter, guys? Is it really over, though?
Yeah.
The sponsor was so strong before, it's hard to believe you killed them just like that. Right, and we didn't see it happen for ourselves. You don't think we're lying to you, do you? No, that's not it. It's just... It's more like all of this is happening so fast and we weren't there for so much of it. Doesn't feel real, you know? And I was the one who was supposed to avenge Lady Kurara. Wow, this is not the reaction I was expecting. I'm not asking for a victory party or anything, but you can at least relax now. The sponsor's gone. Well, this is a real mood killer. You guys are gonna need some time, huh? Let's call it here for today. We can always accept your praise and adulation later. With things still feeling awkward between us and the other teams, we went our separate ways, and I returned to my room. What about Darmy? Is anyone gonna check on that?
Up and at 'em, troops! Time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 31st day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to be ready to get...
The morning announcement played just as I got back to my room. Yeah, I guess I should get some rest. I mumbled to myself vaguely and practically threw myself at the bed. The moment my head hit the pillow, I felt a gratifying sense of accomplishment welling up inside me. We did it, Hiruko. We defeated the sponsor. All thanks to you. My grief from losing Hiruko hadn't gone away, but now I knew that she hadn't died in vain. The others would come around. They just needed time to process it. No more turning against each other. No more killing game. We could finally be a real team again. Maybe even friends. Comforted by that thought, I closed my eyes. From here on, we'd all live a fun, peaceful life. That was how I wanted the rest of our 100 days here to go. Just like the better times we had last time around. Maybe we could hold another barbecue party. Or a festival. Maybe we could all go to the beach together. That would be a nice change of pace. Still imagining all those different possibilities, I felt myself drifting off to sleep. But then my doorbell started ringing. Visitor? At this hour? Really don't feel like getting out of bed right now. It's Darmy. It's gotta be. Decided to pretend I hadn't heard. Whoever it was and whatever they wanted, it could wait. My dreams were calling me. You gotta get up. Alright, I'm coming. Dragged my tired body out of bed and stumbled over to the door. I opened it and... No, it's Yugamo. Yugamo, what are you doing here? Please don't tell me you want to hold another meeting. Can't we do it tomorrow? Sorry, Takumi. I think it might be a little soon for us to be celebrating. Huh? What does that mean? The sponsor's dead. We made sure of that. The three of us had stood and watched as the master of the killing game burned away to ashes. There was absolutely no way they could still be alive. The sponsor's dead, all right. But the bees are a different story. While we were fixated on watching the sponsor die, they all flew off. Some of them might still be lurking in the school somewhere. But now the sponsor's not here to control them anymore. Wouldn't they just leave? The thing about bees is, they don't like to change their habitats all that much. We're better off getting rid of them here and now so they don't start building nests and breeding. Great, so now we're exterminators? Wished I could put off the job until later, but I knew I'd never forgive myself if someone got hurt because of those bees. Alright, I guess we should go look for them. How are we going to do this? I'll handle the schoolyard and the rooms on the first floor. You take the second and third. If you hear even the tiniest hint of buzzing, get out of there and come find me. I'll put on the suit and take him out. Yugamo still had the protective suit Hiruko had gotten for us. At least with that around, there was no danger of the hemoanima augmented insects killing us. With that, Yugamo and I set out to check the campus for bees. Shouldn't just wander around at random. I'll see if everyone's okay and ask if they've seen anything first. Oh, Takumi, perfect timing. For what? Kiyoshika has something she wants to say to you. Don't you, Kiyoshika? Nozomi pushed Kiyoshika forward. Sir Takumi, for avenging Lady Kurara's death, and for my rudeness up until now, that is to say, Kiyoshika trailed off, unable to look me in the eye. An awkward silence stretched out between us. Sorry, Takumi. I think Kiyoshika needs more time to get her head together. She wants to apologize to you, but she's not sure how, or where to start. It's fine. She really doesn't have to apologize. It's all in the past now. It's nice of you to say that, but this is something she needs to do before we can put it behind us. Just give her a little more time, okay? Sure, whatever you need. You know where to find me. After that awkward phase when they were calling me the Grim Reaper, I was finally back to being able to talk to Nozomi and Kiyoshika normally again. I found myself getting a little choked up. All that hard work defeating the sponsor had been so worth it. Hey, how's it going, champ? Word! What was that all about? Takumi, thank you so much for taking down that scumbag who killed Kurata! I'm so happy the tears of joy just won't stop coming! You're my absolute hero now. Best wrestler ever. Instant Hall of Famer, no question. I'm not a wrestler, though. Oh well, it was nice to see her so happy. Hey, Moko. We're checking to see if any of the sponsors' bees are still... Bah! Moko? Ricka, racka, firecracker, sis boom, bah! Everybody hustle, woo! Victory screech! Moko might be a little too happy. I don't think I'll get any useful information out of her. Can I fucking upgrade my shit? What? The sponsors' bees are still alive? I only said they might be. I hope we're wrong, but we have to make sure. Can you think of anywhere they might be able to hide, Tsubasa? Honestly, I don't know if this is relevant, but since you're asking... I did hear some weird noises coming from that room on the first floor. You know, the one with the strange machines. What kind of noises exactly? It almost sounded like people talking. But there's no way someone would be hiding out in a creepy place like that, right? You know what? It was probably just my imagination. It didn't sound anything like bees anyway. The room with the strange machines. It's probably nothing, but maybe I'll check it out just in case. Can't go there yet. Alright, Shoma. There you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, what's with you all of a sudden? If you hadn't ended the killing game, I would have been the one getting executed at the end of this round. By defeating the sponsor, you saved my life, Takumi. I never got the chance to say thank you this morning, so now I have to make up for that. You've given an insignificant dust bunny like me a second chance at life. I'm eternally grateful. It's okay, Shoma, really. I mean, this was a victory for all of us. By the way, have you seen any of the sponsors' bees around today? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get any useful information out of him. Also, like, you feel so good with yourself for fucking... Like, we got fucking... So how many people are dead? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the 15. So I think we've matched the death count from the first go-around. Already. That's fun. Sponsor hasn't shown up here all day. Level me, Takumi. Were you serious? Did you really kill that bastard? Yeah, I didn't do it alone, though. Igamu, Tsubasa, and even Hiriko. They all put their lives on the line to make this plan a success. And now the sponsor is gone. We don't have to compete against each other anymore. Listen up, Takamaru. You're allowed to be happy the invader hunt is over. You idiot. I got no right to be happy at a time like this. What do you mean? So damn pathetic. Pushed you away, talked all that shit about you being shady, then went ahead and let you do all the hard work and save our asses. For real, I hate myself so much. I wish I could just drop dead. Don't say that. You survived the killing game. Your life is precious. What's so precious about a life you gotta live in shame? Sorry, man. I just can't be around you right now. And hey, sorry about all that stuff. Find a way to make it up to you. His eyes downcast, Takamaru slowly trudged away. You really don't need to do that. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to the bitch who hates me. Because I won't give her her fucking Happy Meal or whatever. Ava sat in her cage, still looking as dejected as I left her earlier. She was probably still in shock at not being allowed her mask back. Okay, just needed to check in. Where are you, Gamu? There you are.
Huh?
You're still here, Yugamu? Weren't you going to search the first floor? I thought I'd check on Darami before I start. She's still out cold, you know? Slumbering away like an enchanted princess. I guess she must have taken a lot of damage fighting the commander. Yeah, not just physical damage either. She did murder the only person she's ever cared about with her own 2 hands, after all. Right. There was no other way out of that situation. Darami still killed Hiriko. Maybe she was in shock, staying unconscious to avoid dealing with the guilt and pain of that act. I've gotten to wonder what effect Hiriko's cryptoglobin is going to have on Darami going forward. It's gonna be a real blast finding out. Everybody seems to be okay, but I didn't get any hints about the bees. The closest thing would be what Tsubasa told me about that room. She said she heard people talking inside. Maybe the bees buzzing and wing beats just sounded like voices through the door? Made my way to the weird room to check it out, just in case. What I saw there was... Couldn't believe what I was seeing. The strange sound behind the door wasn't bees. It was the sponsor, who was supposed to be dead. And there were 2 of them. How? How are they still alive? If I don't stop them, the killing game will start all over again. But I can't fight them alone. I'll go find Yugamu first. Quickly whirled around, running for the exit. However, I was suddenly tackled and pinned to the floor.
Hey! Let me go!
I can't let them kill me. If I let them run loose in the school, more of my friends will end up dead. I need to get away and tell everyone they're here. Felt a sharp pain in my nape. Did I get injected with something? As soon as I felt it, my vision turned hazy. My consciousness started to fade. No, I can't pass out now. Everyone will die. We have nothing to do with the invader hunt. Someone muttered those words near my ear. Or at least I thought I did. Huh. My back hurts. For some reason, my bed feels really hard today. Did I fall out of bed at some point and spend the rest of the night on the floor? This isn't my room. I opened my eyes and looked around. I was in the room with the weird machines. What am I doing in here? Why was I waking up in a creepy place like this? I had no reason to be here, did I? Wait, now I remember. Yugamu asked me to help look for the bees. My memory's coming back now. We were looking around the school, making sure the sponsor's insect minions weren't still lurking somewhere. But I couldn't remember anything from after I came into this room. It was all blank. Was somebody else in here? Did they attack me? If anyone or anything had any reason to attack me, it would be the bees. I was one of the people responsible for their master's death, after all. Maybe they wanted revenge. But if that was what happened... Yugamu! Tsubasa! The bees could be after them as well. I dashed out of the room in a panic. I ran all over the school looking for my friends. I checked both their rooms, all the classrooms, the library, and then finally... Tsubasa! Yugamu, you're okay! I've been looking for you everywhere! I opened the door to the cafeteria to see the 2 of them sitting there, eating and talking like nothing was wrong. Huh? What's up, Takumi? You're sweating like crazy. Yeah, you look more excited than a bitch in heat. What? Yugamu! I swear to God. They were both fine. I'd been worried over nothing, thank goodness. Sheesh, don't scare me like that. I think we should be the ones saying that to you. Anyways, now that you're here, you might as well join in the strategy meeting. Yugamu and I were just talking about how to organize our search for the QB liquid. The what? What are you talking about? The QB liquid. Come on, you can't have forgotten already. Forgotten? I've never even heard of this stuff before. For real? But I explained it to you this morning. This morning? Well, we were fighting the sponsor this morning. That was yesterday. Yesterday? Something wasn't right here. We got the spare suit yesterday, and then this morning we defeated the sponsor. Hey Takumi, what day do you think this is? Oh, it's day 31 of... It's day 32, Takumi. Huh? No, that couldn't be right. If today was day 32, that would mean I spent an entire day lying unconscious in that weird room. Maybe you've got a concussion. You did hit your head pretty hard. I did? When did that happen? You forgot that too? Yesterday. That's day 31. You tripped and hit your head. I don't remember that at all. Was it while I was looking for the bees? So what happened with the bees? Did you find any nests or hives anywhere? Nope, not a single one. Guess I was just being paranoid. Takumi, do you really not remember? Sorry, I don't remember a thing. You were acting pretty strange back then. Maybe the damage is worse than we thought. You should take it easy today. It might come back to you once you rest up a little. Sure. This whole thing still didn't make much sense to me, but I did like they said and spent the rest of the day in my room.
At ease, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the invaders might attack, so rest up while you still can. Well then, good night.
Time to go to bed. It's now the night of day 32. I'm missing a whole day's worth of memories. I know I'm not going to get them back just by thinking hard, but still, this is unsettling. What if I wake up with even more gaps in my memory tomorrow? When I think about it that way, I'm kind of scared to go to sleep. Why is this weird stuff still happening? We'd overcome one ordeal only to be faced with another right after. And here I thought beating the sponsor meant our luck was starting to turn. No, being negative about it won't help me now. Gave my cheeks a light slap and took a deep breath to get myself together. If I let a little something like this get me down, we'll never make it to day 100. I have to stay strong. I need to be prepared to put everything on the line for my friends. Just like Yuriko did.
Up and at 'em, troops! Time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 33rd day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our...
Day 33, huh? I mumbled as if to reassure myself as I got up. Yesterday was day 32, today's day 33. No missing spots in my memory. Maybe it was only a temporary thing after all. What a relief. I was afraid we were going to have a new string of weird incidents on our hands. Hopefully now I can have a nice quiet day. But no sooner had that thought crossed my mind when...
Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Unauthorized personnel detected on school grounds. Defense mode initiated. All available troops prepare for battle immediately.
Oh yeah, I forgot this shit could still happen. Dude, I was so caught up in the plot. What the fuck? I forgot they could just attack. An attack? So early in the morning, too. Knew it. My luck's worse than ever. Scrambled out of bed and made my way to the war room as fast as I could. Oh, hey, Takumi. Sir Takumi! Takamaru and Kyoshiko were already there when I got to the war room. They both averted their eyes when they saw me. I've been wanting to apologize all this time, but I didn't know where to start. Isolating someone from the group only to have that person save them. It was no longer they felt awkward. But not for long. Apologize? For what? I don't remember you doing anything you need to apologize for. I decided to let the whole thing go. The past was the past. There's no sense lingering on it or holding grudges now. I just wanted us to focus on the present and forge a better future together. You sure you don't want any payback? I treated you like crap and you didn't deserve any of it. You're not just gonna forget about all that, are you? I already have. It's in the past. All I remember is that Takamaru Yakashiji is the kind of guy who'll do whatever it takes to protect his friends. That's all I need to know. I meant it too. Hadn't been much fun for me, but Takamaru had only been trying to keep the others safe in his own way. You're a real stand-up guy, Takumi! Faith, your heart is larger than the ocean itself. You could be king of the pirates someday, Sir Takumi. Takumi, I know everyone's doing it, but I want to apologize too. I'm sorry for treating you so coldly when back when the invader hunt began. I felt terrible about it ever since. Guys, seriously, it's okay. Forget about it. I agree. I've had quite enough of this saccharine sweet sentiment for one day. We're all friends again. Can't we just leave it at that?
Special Defense Unit! Best friends in the world!
You two were pretty mean to Takumi too, you know? That's just how they are. Not even an Iron Claw can get them to apologize if they don't want to. Haha. I really didn't care about what had happened before. We were a real team again, and that was what mattered. We were friends and allies, all of us together. Sorry to bring the mood down, but shouldn't we do something about the invaders? They've advanced a pretty long way already. Oh no, I totally forgot. Come on everyone, let's get out there. We hurried onto the battlefield and began the first defensive battle we'd fought in a while. Also, 5 people died in the original. I wasn't counting Ado, because he was a bitch, but if I'm counting Ado here, then we still technically have more people alive than we did last time. Still. Because last time it was Moko died, Hiriko died, Ima died, and Nozomi died. And Eito died. At the very end. Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot I had to play the game. I must have avoided some bad ends. There's no way there's 100 endings and I haven't, like, missed an ending yet. I think me saving Darumi probably kept the ball rolling. Okay. Okay, we got the dream team over here. That's good.
Tag me in!
How are we gonna do this? Oh, yeah, dude, I have not used Ima in like 20 years.
I guess I'm up. Let's get to the killing. Time for me to move.
Takes too many hits.
I'm good whenever!
Let's do like... Okay. I need to build up.
Good to go.
Shit.
Bring it on! Ooh-yah! It's my turn! Moko wins again!
Rev it up! Oh yeah! Let's do this!
Just ring that bell! Smash! Tag me in! Pulverize him!
2 arms!
Here goes.
Ha!
All good.
Try this on for size. All too easy.
Leave it to me.
Let's get to the killing.
Sure.
I'll kill them all! I am dead tired.
Okay.
Ready when you are. There! My turn! Yeah! All right!
Okay.
Okay, okay. I guess I'm up. Ha! I just don't have the strength.
Ouch, that's not good.
We're playing by deathmatch rules here.
Here goes.
I lost attack. That's not good.
What a nuisance! All good. Ha! Hardly a challenge.
Onward.
Hiya! I'm ready. Here goes.
Let us begin.
Tired.
You've left yourself open. I've got you.
Locked and loaded. Let's roll.
Ready when you are. I've got this.
Time for action.
My turn. One last strike.
I'm good to go. I've got you.
Thanks. I've got this.
It's my turn. And stay down. Tag me in. Hoo-yah! Moko wins again.
Let's freaking go! Mwah! Knocked it out of the park!
I'm good whenever. Hi-ya!
I got sloppy.
I can't wait.
I'm taking the wheel.
We did it!
Let's do this!
Let's do this! Let her rip!
I'm not done yet! What a nuisance! All too easy.
Leave it to me.
Yeah!
Let us begin.
Flash!
Onwards.
Yeah!
Okay. Sure.
It's weird, but I feel like I've gotten a lot stronger.
It must be from all the fighting we did during the hunt. It feels like they're moving in slow motion now.
I'm better than ever, too. Oh, the way I am now, I feel like I could pull off some high-flying lucha moves.
That sponsor just made us stronger! What a dumbass!
Don't get carried away, guys. We've got an even stronger enemy approaching. Odds are it's a commander.
Oh, it's you again. You bitch ass.
How infuriating. How dare that bitch push me around. Who the hell does she think I am? I'm the great Adam Q, the paragon of hatred!
Ah! You're all going down!
It's him! That's the commander that killed Hideko.
That makes this our big chance to avenge her. Can't wait to get into it.
This guy's going down. I won't stand by and let him escape this time.
All we could do before is force him to retreat. But we're not going to lose this time. If we all work together, no one can beat
Let's
us.
do this, everyone. For Hideko!
I'm coming for you!
Why are you on this side? Oh, fuck. Well, fuck me. Alright. Ooh, how do we do this?
I'll do my best. I'm all set. Leave it to me.
Controller? Controller. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna boost Kako stocks, I think.
I'll do my best. I feel so powerful. I'm all set. How's this? I'm feeling weaker.
Okay. Out of the way, pest! Hardly a challenge.
Leave it to me. This should slow them down. Ready when you are. Take this. Leave it to me. How's this? Let's keep it up. I'm taking the wheel. Let's roll. Leave it to me. Hi-ya! We did it!
I'm good to go.
Ha!
You make a lovely corpse.
Say when. Ready when you are. Good to go. Let's go. Not bad. Let's do this. Take this! Oh, I've got this. Here! Go! Ready when you are. Here we go. That's it.
It's my turn! Smash! Pulverize them!
Rev it up! Get out!
Just ring that bell! Boom!
Alright, sure. Sorry.
Let's see you handle this!
The nerve.
That was a low blow!
Stop.
I'm bursting with power!
Alright.
Here goes. Ha! Okay, okay. What a nuisance. All too easy. I guess I'm up. All good.
Two arms. Nen nen. Onward. Flash! My strength wanes. This is a trifle.
Oh, we're just at 2 now? Fuck me.
I mustn't submit. On guard. Don't leave me behind. You've left yourself open.
I'll do my best.
Those goobers. I could drive over there, maybe. There's so much over here going on.
Ready when you are. Yeah! Oh, let's do this. There! Got it!
Okay.
Full throttle! Yeah! Oh yeah!
Locked and loaded. Ah!
Ready when you are. One last strike!
It might seem
Take
dumb to do
care
that,
of the
and it
rest.
is, but I really think just keeping the health of the thing is more important. right now. Thing is move 7. I guess. Okay.
The nerve. So tired.
I'm bursting with power!
I can't stop now! Nen! My apologies! Don't leave me behind! I'll protect you.
I'm ready.
Controller, please.
Ready? Aim. I'm feeling weaker.
I think getting... I should have buffed there first. Oh, well, that's fine.
Leave it to me.
Let's...
I'll help.
I owe you. My turn. Take that!
It's my turn! Smash!
Let's freaking go! Eat this!
She's about to be near death soon. Problem is...
I'll do my best.
I'm gonna give her some armor.
Here goes. I have to keep it together.
Whatever, you hop in.
Ow!
My strength waves.
So tired.
Okay, okay.
I can't stop now!
I can't quit now.
Ready when you are. Are you okay?
You saved my life. I can still fight. Try and dodge this. I'm feeling weaker.
Leave it to me.
I won't give up. I'll try and block it. I can't quit now. Taking the shot. Ugh, so tired.
Bring it on and stay down. Loco wins again.
I guess I'm up. I've got them pinned down.
Kyoshika's dead. Bleh.
Such profound regrets.
Here goes. This should slow them down.
Wait, why does that not work?
I won't give up. I'm good to go. All good.
Thanks. I've got this. Good to go. Time to use it. I've got this.
I'm good whenever. I'll protect you. I'm taking the wheel. Shifting gears. You saved my life.
My turn. One last strike. I guess I'm up. This one will blow you away! The rest is in your hands!
I can't quit now.
Whatever.
Damn it! Barely move. I'm good whenever. I won't give up. Ready? Aim. I'm feeling weaker. Leave it to me. I'll protect you. I'm all right. I've got my guard up. I can't quit now. Here goes. I'm good whenever. Tired.
Wait, why is my attack down? Oh yeah, because it only... Okay, I see.
I'm taking the wheel. Let's ride.
I don't know why Ima doesn't work the way he's supposed to. Can he not push bosses? If so, he fucking sucks.
I've returned.
Whatever. Welcome back, Kyoshika. Missed you, darling. C. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
We beat the commander. Now we just gotta finish him off.
This is a revenge killing, right? Why don't we take our time and really make it hurt?
This is for Hirako.
I say we present his body as an offering at Hiruko's grave. I think she'd like that.
No way. She doesn't want that kind of baggage hanging over her when she's in heaven.
Are you crazy or just stupid? None of your kind will ever enter heaven.
It seems the varlet still has life enough to talk back to us.
Damn filthy invaders! Treating me like this. I hope you all rot in hell for eternity. Get back! Don't you dare touch me! Lay a finger on me, and I'll rip your throats out with my bare teeth.
Real sore loser, aren't you? But you didn't hold back against Hiruko. How's it feel to be on the other side of that?
Repent for our friend's death with your life, vile fiend.
Go ahead, Takumi. Finish him.
Huh? You want me to do it?
This will wipe out the final insult to Hiruko's memory. You're clearly the best man for the job.
Yeah, I think that's what she would want too.
Tear him apart, Mr. Sumino.
Okay.
Somehow I felt like they wouldn't let me say no. Took a step closer to fucking Adam McHugh, whatever.
Damn it. Damn it. I told you to stay away from me!
When I killed him and avenged Hiruko, the invader hunt would finally be well and truly over. My next strike would put an end to this dark, desperate chapter in our lives.
This will end it all.
But just as I was about to bring my sword down, I heard a sound that couldn't possibly be real. Not here, not now. And then it finally happened. A huge swarm of bees appeared, gathering in the air above Adam and Q. A moment later, they attacked, draining every last ounce of his blood with their razor-sharp stingers. Now just a blackened husk, his body fell lifelessly to the ground. For a moment, I was so shocked I couldn't speak. How could this be happening?
Why are the bees here again?
Naturally, it's because I am alive and well.
I turned around at the sound of the voice. Standing there was...
Not quite as satisfying as Kurara Osuzuki's, but this commander's cryptoglobin is sweet nectar all the same. Thanks to that, my wounds have healed. I've made a complete recovery.
But how can you still be alive? I watched you die.
You did indeed. My body was burned to ashes until not a single piece of me remained. But you overlooked something, Takumi Sumino. That was only one of my bodies. Much like with the suit, I happen to have some spares set aside.
Suddenly, figures in the strange suits were everywhere. There were at least 10 sponsors standing on the battlefield now. Is this a dream? No, more like a nightmare.
Takumi Sumino, your plan to eliminate me, that is, was truly ingenious. In recognition for your courage and cunning, I'll overlook your breach of the rules. Anything for an accomplished hunter like yourself.
No, this can't be happening. It took so much work just to beat one of them, and now there's this many.
It's an illusion. They must be shadow clones or after images.
You're welcome to test that theory, but don't blame me if you meet the same fate as Kurara Osuzuki.
None of us made a move. Instinctively, we knew we had no chance. If we tried to attack any of the sponsored, we'd be killed on the spot.
So why did you pretend to be dead? Were you just playing with us?
I knew giving you a taste of hope would make your despair that much more intense. Do you see now how futile it is to defy me?
But why are you only showing yourself again now? We worked so hard to defeat that commander. Stealing the fruits of our labor is adding insult to injury.
You misunderstand me. I only absorbed his cryptoglobin temporarily to ensure it's distributed fairly.
Distributed?
Such a mighty prize should be reserved for only the most excellent of my hunters. I will split this commander's cryptoglobin among the top 3 players. In first, Darumi Amamiya. Second, Takumi Sumino. And third, Yugamu Omikage. These 3 alone will receive the reward. Accept it now!
At the sponsor's words, one of the bees flew over to me. It dropped my prize, a weird vial of red liquid, at my feet.
It seems Darumi Amamiya is not here. Is she still unconscious? No matter. I will inject this into her myself. I'm sure she'll find it most invigorating. She is a talented hunter too, after all. This game wouldn't be nearly so interesting without her.
The killing game is still going on. I thought we ended it.
So sorry to quash your short-lived joy, but the invader hunt will continue. There are still 2 days until the end of the first round. I encourage you lower-ranked hunters to make a special effort during that time. Of course, the rest of you can't afford to get complacent either. That's just how this game works.
The sponsor's laugh echoed across the desolate battlefield. The defensive battle was over, but the invader hunt was back on. Their lives once again at the mercy of the rankings, it felt like a truly hollow victory. After the battle, we returned to the school and met up in the cafeteria. We needed to discuss what we were going to do next. So basically, the hunt is back on like nothing ever happened? To think the sponsor would come back. A villain like that has no right rising from the dead. Now there's just 2 more days of the first round left. And when it ends, the person in last place will be executed. The killing game wasn't over. The sponsor had multiple bodies, making them effectively immortal. Now that we knew that, any hope we might have built up had been replaced with despair. I don't think I can do this anymore. Following that person's orders, risking my life playing this terrible game, it's all too much. There, sister dearest, don't worry. Your dear brother will protect you. Even if I have to sacrifice everything to do it. Damn it, this whole thing is bullshit. Can't believe the sponsor played us like that. All that despair and frustration needed an outlet, and the target Takamaru settled on was... Yo, Takumi, the hell is going on here? You told us the sponsor was dead. Sorry, I'm just as surprised as you guys. I don't think any of us expected the sponsor to have multiple bodies. You saying you didn't know? Don't lie to me, man. You and that bastard working together this whole time, weren't you? What, that's crazy. Of course we haven't.
Hey!
Then why are the only ones who got prizes from your team? Sure there wasn't some kind of payment for going along with the sponsor's act? No, why would you even think that? I'd never betray you guys. You still took that little handout without any kind of protest. Almost like you already knew it was coming. And now you'll probably end up first in the rankings for this round. You told us the game was over, so none of us have been earning points over the last couple of days. Your position is just as strong as before? Well, we've lost any chance to catch up to you. You get to survive to the next round, while your partner, the sponsor, gets to mess with us. It's a win for both of you. I can't believe we let you fool us like this. Sir Takumi, all this time you colluded with our enemy? You've betrayed us all. I'll have your head for this. Don't do it, Kyoshika. Put your sword away. Back off, guys. Takumi's innocent. How many times are you going to make the same mistake? Hey, I've tried to trust Takumi. He's legit saved my life, you know. But I gotta look at the bigger picture here. Every time I put my trust in him, something bad happens. First Gaku died, then Kurara, and the invader hunt started. Then right when it looked like we were out of the woods, suddenly the game's back on and we're in last place? Oh, that can't just be a coincidence. What am I supposed to think? Takamaru glared at me like I was the absolute scum of the earth.
You really are a jinx. No, you're worse than that. You're like the Grim Reaper. Nothing good ever comes from being around you. So do us all a favor and stay away from us!
When I heard the anger in his voice, I knew my dream was over. Making it to day 100 with everyone working as a team, that would never happen now. That's all I gotta say to you. From here on, we're enemies. Don't come talking to me like we're still friends.
Hey!
Ima Kako, let's go! We gotta earn some points and get ahead of those guys while we still can. Takamaru stormed out of the cafeteria, taking the twins with him. Now it's come to this. I must retreat to the mountains. I'll undergo intense training and unlock the power I need to strike down every one of those accursed sponsors. Kiyoshika, no. You can't go out there alone. At least let us come with you. Nozomi's team hurried away as well, leaving just me. And my only 2 friends in the world. Sheesh, what's with those guys? All this over some dumb prize Takumi didn't even ask for. They can't help it. This game's made them paranoid. Everything seems suspicious to them now. Even a little vial of cryptoglobin. Yagamu was right. All they wanted was to get rid of the Grim Reaper in their midst. The vial was just a convenient excuse for them to do that. Speaking of the vials, remember what the sponsor said back there? Something about ejecting Darumi.
No matter. I will inject this into her myself. I'm sure she'll find it most invigorating.
Right, that means the sponsor probably went to Darumi's room. She could be in danger. Come on! We ran for the stairs and headed up to the roof. We couldn't let the sponsor do anything to Darumi. Hiriko had given her life to save her. She was her legacy. Darumi! We wrenched open the door to Darumi's room and charged inside. Darumi was awake. She was sitting on the edge of her bed, staring vaguely up at the ceiling. Darumi, you're okay. Huh? What's up, Tsubasa? Why are you and Takumi and Yagamu all out of breath? Ooh, you finally decided to kill me, right? You're breathing heavy because of the anticipation. You gonna pass me around and have some fun with me first? Or are you gonna save that until after I'm dead? Can't have a killing game without some gory and or sexy R-rated scenes, am I right? Go ahead and mess me up. Should we film it for posterity? Make sure you get my good side when my eyes roll up into the back of my head. Please stop talking crazy for a minute, Darumi. Thank goodness, she's just the same as ever. Morbid, inappropriate sense of humor included. Are you alright, Darumi? You're not sick or in pain or anything? Nope, I'm 110% A-okay. In fact, I think actually getting some sleep for once has made my skin healthier than usual. Aw man, at this rate, the bags under my eyes might disappear. I love those little black smudges like they were my own children. I don't think I could bear losing them. Wait, that's not just eyeliner? Well, anyway, I'm glad she's okay. There's just one problem. How exactly are we supposed to treat Darumi from now on? Obviously, I want to honor Hiruko's last wish and do whatever I can to make sure she survives. But she's also technically the person who killed Hiruko. There's no getting away from that. And again, does Darumi even know what she did? Or has she repressed that whole episode? Hey, Darumi. How much do you remember about what happened before you blacked out? Pretty much all of it. You, me, Yugamu, and Mr. Hiroko all went off on a picnic. Then we got attacked by a commander. Mr. Hiroko got mortally wounded protecting me. And then I stabbed her in the back and killed her. That just about covers everything, right? So she remembers. I have to think she'd have been happier if she forgot, though. It's bad enough that she had to lose Hiroko. But to have to kill her herself. What can I even say to someone who's been through something like that? Should I try to comfort her? Reassure her that she did the right thing? Not in my depth. I have no idea what to do here. Okay, Takumi, it's your turn. Tell me what's been happening while I was out. Is the killing game still going? Yeah, it is. It hasn't been a constant thing, though. We managed to end it once, but then it just started up again. Explained everything to Darumi. Told her about how we'd formed the anti-sponsor alliance with Hiroko. About how Hiroko had obtained one of the same kind of suit the sponsor wore. And how with Tsubasa's help we'd figured out its weakness and taken down the sponsor. Of course, after that, the sponsor came back and revealed that they had multiple bodies. So in the end, nothing we did even mattered. Tears had sprung to my eyes while I was telling the story. Saying it out loud had made the pain of losing Hiroko feel fresh and raw again. And then it happened. Are you okay? She'd started acting really weird even by her standards. She was stuttering the same syllable over and over again, making her sound like an old staticky radio. come on, Darmy, what's... That's what you get! Finally, Darmy screamed so loud I had to cover my ears. When her voice had finally stopped echoing around the room, I took a moment to process what she'd actually said. Did you seriously just say that's what you get? Well, duh! This is your punishment for being dumb enough to try to end a hunt ahead of time. Killing games are an immutable law of nature. You can't just end them. How can you be so stupid? Moron! Moron! What's with that attitude? I know you only just recovered, but there's a limit to what I'll put up with from you. Hiriko wanted to end the invader hunt so no one else would have to die. She gave her life to do that. Are you just gonna trample over her feelings? Mistress Hiriko? Stop the killing game? You're crazy! She was the goddess of this game. Goddess? Mistress Hiriko reveled in slaughter and bloodshed! She was the perfect embodiment of everything the invader hunt stood for! And now she's in my tummy. That makes me like the holy mother of the goddess or something. Darmy tenderly placed both hands over her stomach.
Watch over me, Mistress Hiriko. I'll kill lots of invaders and offer up their blood in your name. I'll knock everyone else out of the rankings and reign supreme as the Queen of Kills! Let's all have fun killing each other, guys!
Darmy's unbridled joy towards the killing game was unnerving. Maybe even inhuman. I couldn't see us talking sense into her anymore. She was an uncontrollable monster. Was everything we did really pointless? Our alliance against the sponsor, getting the suit, Hiriko's sacrifice. What was the point of any of it? Dude, how much longer is this gonna go? Oh, well, my controller just died. I guess that's a good place to end off, I guess. I don't fucking know. Well, thanks, controller, for dying at an opportune time. That was 3 hours and 15 minutes. I still haven't gotten an ending. That's crazy. I thought I was going to get an ending this stream. I guess not. This game, fat as fuck. So, I guess I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Rip Hiriko. Again. Good night!